And we're live. Hello, I'm Anavultus, and welcome to another amazing podcast with.
Hello, buddy. I'm your host, the Master himself, and welcome back to episode I Want to Kill Myself because I still can't believe we've been doing this for this long. I swear to God, I would have thought, that we would have been done by episode 20 because it's kind of getting repetitive, but the will to live is strong with the memes. They never die, so let's continue with it.
Yes, I hope she made lots of spaghetti. That's uh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, but I'll tell you what happened yesterday. So yesterday, you were trying to reach me, but I was unavailable.
Yeah, I was just gonna contact you for a minute, just say, hey, are the Mexican niggas gonna come back? So, just
Well,
give some
they
context.
were Australian.
I
Uh,
know. I just
and
like to
and I,
say
I don't think
Mexican.
they had a fun time either. I don't think it was very enjoyable for them, so I
Yeah,
don't think they'll
because
be
it was
back.
probably like either unexperienced or more boring. Because here's the thing with us, right? Because we've been doing this for 34 episodes, at least to this point, right? We're
Yeah,
kind of comfortable and just meme it up, Because unlike other podcasts or music podcasts where we have a set thing to do, we sometimes record for an hour, sometimes record for seven, sometimes record for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? We don't
yeah.
have a
Well,
set
one of
schedule,
them was
so
signaling me that
yeah.
he was very annoyed with the way you were talking because
Uh, I
he,
can apologize for it
yeah,
because I literally, again, I'm so comfortable with just talking to you about some gay shit that I kind of forgot what we were doing. Because remember,
yeah.
there's
He,
no
he he
like
had a strong
context.
impression that you were making a lot of stuff up. So
Wait, on which form? Because I was literally not making half of my shit. Okay, I was trolling. I'll admit that, but I was not making half of my shit up. The other half were
yeah,
definitely trolls. On which
and he
category?
was also
Because I
annoyed
swear to
saying
God,
that
that
you
nigga
talk
did
too
get fucked
much.
up by
But
some
yeah,
goats.
I just
I
like
will
to give
shoot
you
you out of it
feedback.
if you want. What?
Get the feedback. But yesterday, okay,
Yeah.
I was being a judge at a martial arts testing once again, and
Once again,
yeah,
back at it again.
always got to see the dank attacks, people trying to break wooden boards, fighting each other. Great fun, great fun. But before that, okay, before that, in the morning, of course, because you got to do this in the morning, I went
Yeah, I mean, you
over
gotta get some exercise early on
and
to stretch
did a
your
bit of
body out.
a wine tasting, and I found it very enjoyable.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Was
very.
it the good kind or the shitty kind?
It was the good kind,
Because
man.
oh, good, good, good.
Because what's
I'll
interesting
tell you
is,
one thing. I'll tell you
yeah,
one thing that I'm proud of. In Islam, right?
yeah,
We don't drink, just
yeah,
like
yeah.
our
I know,
Indian brethren. But what we do have is really good alcohol.
but you don't drink it.
Surprisingly, I know, right? Because we do have a lot of tourists. So we do have really good alcohol because remember, we're farmers. So most of the ingredients are literally homemade and farmed to perfection. Because, not just anyone can enter mortar. You know what I'm saying? The image. So yeah, we do have good wine. So this is just because, I keep getting these, what is it called? Those stupid, very expensive wines that you find in five-star restaurants, right? And the more I hear about those, the more shitty they are because they literally don't taste like anything half the time. Because remember, I've seen some, and yeah, they do have one of those replica wines, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You don't know what I mean,
I,
do
I
you?
I I don't know what you mean at all.
Okay, a replica wine, okay, is basically, I call it that, it could have a different name, is where you sell low quality wine, right, at a high price, just like what they do with bars or at a
Yeah,
strip club, right?
I don't know
And
about strip clubs. I'm sure you know all about that. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
dude, don't ask no questions, nigga. You don't want to know how I know this shit. All right. So yeah, let's just say some shit went down last week. All right. So gotta stop telling myself. All right. Like I said, they what the wine thing is that they sell really cheap wines for really expensive money, based on just word of mouth. Basically, it's pretending that it's high class, but because the people that are buying it have no experience with what is good ingredients and what isn't in alcohol, right? They just assume it's good when in reality they're basically having high priced trash fed to them. Also, what is this? Swear to God, if it's offensive. Most people rejected this message. Okay, either the universe has a beginning or it doesn't. Logic is a social construct. What? I don't get this meme. They hated not Fox because he told. Okay, what is this?
Okay, this is a meme format,
Yeah.
and I modified it to fit a Discord conversation that occurred on the Athens server, uh,
Okay.
where an individual called Not Fox said that the universe either has a cause or it is eternal, which is a logical statement. But
Yeah.
another person was rejecting that, saying that that's human logic. And by
And wait,
by claiming that it's human logic, that person was essentially saying that logic was a social construct. But that person then denied saying that, implying that when I confronted him. But yeah, there you go.
what the fuck? Wait, wow, that confused the shit out of me for a minute. What? These niggas be making the stupidest, like, I swear to God, they have the stupidest kind of fights of arguments I've ever seen in the world. They try to make so much bullshit sound reasonable that I swear to God they're making it up. You can say the same thing for me, but like at least I make it entertaining and speak with the power of means. These niggas make no sense half the time. Seriously, what does that even mean? Like the whole human logic. Wow, that gave me a
Okay,
literal brain
I'll
fart.
explain it
Like
to you.
what?
There's a few different ways to view
Yeah,
sources of knowledge. All right.
yeah, like Wikipedia.
So one is empiricism,
And
which you take, you look around you, and
yeah,
you acquire knowledge from things that are around you. And then another one is rationalism, where you not only look around you and acquire knowledge from things around you, but you also think things out, and abstracts are also considered to be a separate source of knowledge from nature. And then idealism focuses more on the abstracts. Then there's realism, which is looking at things in a natural way, to in that having a natural perspective, in the sense that you take reliable sources regardless of where the source is, whether it be natural or abstract, concrete or abstract. It's a lot to do with epistemology. Um,
piss. Wow, that's a good ass name. I'll give you that much. Because it definitely pisses a lot of people off. Yeah, sure. Continue, because I
yeah.
swear to God, half of this stuff you are really knowledgeable about, but in a creepy way. You
Why?
know,
What's so creepy about it?
nothing. It just feels like you literally spent more than half of your time on Wikipedia looking up how to argue logic with with religion.
It's
That's what I
true. I
think you
did.
do on your
No.
free time because you keep talking
It's
real
so
in depth,
true. It's
but in a
literally what
like
I
a
did.
weird way, I guess, where you're kind of trying to what is it called, groom someone into your perspective, but like without forcing it, which is weird.
Well,
I can't
it's
I
I'm
can't
not
tell
trying to
half the
groom
time
you.
with you. What?
I'm not trying to groom you into a perspective. I'm just explaining the perspectives.
Oh, you're doing that. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning that. I'm questioning what happens afterwards. So
Oh, what
yeah,
happens afterwards? Ooh.
uh, just refer to our previous conversations where I either call bullshit on your research, or I just call you a weeb and we continue on. It's usually one or the other.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's skip this topic, please, because it just gives me headaches
It
and
gives you
brain
headaches.
aneurysms.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
You know, I see what you did there. I see what the meme is, and I understand. You know, I always knew that this
Yeah.
would happen someday.
Yeah. What
I
would happen
I
someday?
was in some mild denial whether it would happen or not, but I knew
What?
it would happen,
I
and
swear to God, he's making shit up.
and
What?
I said
Yeah.
that there
One day,
once was a man.
yeah,
Okay, you ready for
yeah,
this? There once was a
yeah.
man,
Swear to God with you.
and he liked to
Yeah.
eat so much. He
Oh,
loved
damn. Respect.
eating, but for
Respect.
some reason he died, and we don't know
Uh,
why he died, because he was eating just fine, but he still
that
died.
contradicted real fast.
And we'll never find out, and that's the
You'll
end.
never.
End of the
You'll.
story.
You. What the type of context? What? Okay, this is a weird ass story. I have some weird stories, but you beat me into the punch. What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
And
It
it,
has nothing to do. It's just an interesting story, man. Cool story, bro.
swear to
Tell
God.
tell it again sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. that will kill you. You know, I have just like William Neeson in Taken,
Yeah,
except
William Neeson. Yeah,
it's going to be reversed. You know,
it's Liam Neeson.
instead of me coming to you, you're going to show up to me. You just wait. I'll find a way. Yeah, let's continue with this retardation that is our lives, which is such an accurate statement for me. So yeah. But by the way, to address a certain thing that has kind of triggered me a little bit,
Yeah.
what were that nigga's
Oh,
complaints? I just need context, you know? Besides me making up half the stories, which, by the way, I will
yeah.
not lie, okay? I was not making shit up, but I was telling it from my perspective. So maybe it was a limited perspective. I'll give him that, you
Yeah,
know?
limited
Who knows?
perspective. You know, you
I
never
mean,
know what's gonna happen.
like, let's be real. All I know is that some niggas were fucking up on the mountainside and got pooty whopped by the goat. Okay? That's literally all I know.
But then you
Because when I
said that it happens all the time, and that's when he just completely lost all credibility
oh
for you.
oh yeah, that situation. Yeah, I was not lying because I was literally speaking from personal experience. Because
Oh,
think
it
about it.
happened to you?
No, I
No.
don't fuck with them goats, man. Fuck no, nigga. Look. It's like messing up with females. You know, you don't mess with the tunderas, okay? None of that bullshit. All right. So the reason it happens all the time, right,
All the
is
time.
because I lived all my life in the countryside. So in my 19 years, I've seen some shit. You know what I mean? I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah,
You know, it's
in
like
only
here's the
19
thing: if you
years.
see it once, it's an accident. But if you see it at least 50 times or once a year, it's going to be on purpose
Yeah,
for some weird
it's
reason.
real. It's empirically proven.
And,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. Are you a materialist? Probably not. No, you're not.
What
Obviously not. Never mind.
what is a materialist?
Someone that believes that only physicality exists.
What is physics? Wait, in what context?
In the idea that uh, spiritual things don't exist at all, and abstracts don't exist other than as extrapolations from physical things. That's what a materialist is.
That sounds like a very limited perspective
It
or a
is.
very
It is
focused perspective,
because
but either on religious things or something else. It's like indoctrination where they're so focused on one aspect of their lives that they can't see past it.
because
So yeah, I get the idea.
a materialist has to either say that mathematics doesn't exist or that it is a social construct, and there you go with the constructivism. And
Construct,
yeah,
constructivism.
yeah,
Thanks for the mountain of knowledge. Thank you.
yeah. Knowledge, man. I'm a knowledge
Why do you
man.
keep sending me? Okay, I gotta stop saying rapists because at this point, it's more less that the people you're sending me are rapists are more like very creepy Englishmen.
it's
Okay,
it's Günther Weber, and they're not English, they're German.
you know that makes it worse, right?
What? What?
It literally
Is
makes it
that
worse,
racist? Are you being racist on Germans now?
nigga. Fine,
What?
if you
Being German
already
is
haven't
worse than being
guessed,
English?
no, it's just it makes it worse because it's like a completely new ball game. Hold up, let me read this shit.
Have you seen?
Why is it only old people and musicals? I don't get your fucking like
It's the
filling up a
music I
fetish.
like, man. I like some Günther Weber. You know, it's good stuff.
Okay.
And some Günther Emmerlich, Ivan Rebrov.
Why do I know this theme by default?
What?
What the? Wait, hold on.
You what, mate?
Oh shit. Okay, I know. I know. Thank you. I know what this is. All right. I remember the theme. Uh, you see, I have this thing, right?
Yeah.
It's called. I almost said something wrong. No, it's called rhythm perspective, right?
Rhythm
Where you kind
perspective.
of recognize
Yeah.
certain rhythms and themes. It's like watching vines, right?
Yeah.
And being able to understand every one of them just by hearing the music. That's what it
Everyone
is,
has
right?
that. It's not
Yeah,
special.
nigga. Who said it was, mother?
No. I'm just trolling, man. I'm just
Nigga,
trolling.
like I never said it was special. I just said because I used it, right?
Yeah.
I get the reference. I was praising you for having good music taste,
Yeah.
but I guess I was tripping. So
Okay.
I
Yeah. Yeah. You
apologize
are
for German
tripping, man.
music.
You're tripping
I
wild.
was trying to praise a homie, but then he was trying to be some bullshit, and now I don't like it. So yeah, now I don't like your German music. So
You
yeah,
don't like German music
yeah,
because you were
because
tripping.
yep. No, you were tripping, and you reverted my compliments. So that kind of hurt my feelings. So you know what? All I'm gonna say is, you can have it. You know, you can have it.
Well, guess what? I'm secretly actually Ben Shapiro, and I have to tell you that facts don't care about your feelings.
You've
So,
already said that
no,
every
I,
day that we've literally done this. It's not the first time.
no, yeah, I'm not Ben Shapiro, by the way. Just to let everybody know.
He would love to be Ben Shapiro. You
Actually,
know
no,
why?
I don't think I would.
Why not? He's a good-looking person.
Yeah, but I'm
Wait.
not.
Oh, and you're not. Okay.
No, 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 no.
Maybe
I am an intimidating looking person. So
intimidate in
Ben
what
Shapiro
context?
does not look intimidating. So,
That's a low blow. Okay.
well, no, I'm saying you can be good looking without being intimidating looking. Or you
That
can
was
be
just
good looking and intimidating looking. And but I'm what I'm saying is that already have my own distinct look. I don't need to look like Ben Shapiro. Also, on a religious level, I'm not a Judaist, so I can't be Ben
what?
Shapiro.
What's
So
a Judaist?
it's someone that
Yeah.
practices the so-called Jewish religion.
So just what the? Okay. I Every time you talk, I get weirder and weirder context for shit. Uh, what do you mean? Someone who practices what? Judaism, right?
Yeah,
Or the
yeah,
Jew religion?
yeah.
That's weird. It's very weird.
Are you
Okay, yeah,
what?
go ahead, go ahead.
No.
Continue with
Okay.
your religious talk.
I'm just saying that I would not like to be a Judaist. That's all I'm saying.
You would
It's
prefer
not a
not to
race
follow
thing. It's not a race
gay.
thing. It's a religious thing. But
It's not race.
it's
Okay.
not a race thing because people will say that it's a race thing, and I'll tell
Yeah,
them it's
but
not a
people
race
will
thing.
say that even if it wasn't the case.
Yeah,
I learned that a long time ago.
yeah. Everybody always says, "Hey, look at Anavultus. He's such a racist," and I'm just sitting there saying, "Well, I'm not a racist."
You know what's funny? Every time someone tells you that, just refer them to me, and then they'll immediately stop whatever they said. And I speak facts. Okay, I speak the
Why?
real facts.
How would referring them to you help?
I'm surprised I have to answer this question.
Yeah, please
It
tell
seems
me.
like you haven't even met me, my nigga. Look, it's simple. Just tell them this.
Yeah,
If you think I'm racist, check out who I hang out with, and then refer them to me, and then I'll set them straight real fast.
yeah. You'll set them straight. You'll turn them straight with your conversion therapy.
Wait, I'll turn them straight. Probably turn them gay first, then straight. Wait, with my what? Just
Conversion therapy.
what's conversion therapy? That actually sounds
Conversion therapy is if someone doesn't want to be gay, then
yeah.
they go through conversion therapy to make them straight.
That's one of the either the most brilliant or the most retarded thing I've ever heard. Because I'm like, how the does that work? It's like reverting your sexuality towards something that I can't tell if that's impossible to do or just stupid to think about. It's kind of giving me a brain aneurysm right now because I'm like, but why? You know what I mean? Like, why?
Well,
Why would you try that?
why would
Like,
you?
maybe if you're
Well,
sexually confused
if
or
you have a
hurt, but like,
religious value that you don't want to be gay, then that's pretty obvious that that's a reason
actually,
why people would do that.
I mean, I'm just gonna say good for you,
Yeah,
but for me, that's not really how it works. At
it,
least as far as ours
it
is
works
concerned.
for some people, but it doesn't work for you, is what you're saying.
What the whole being gay thing?
No, no, no.
No.
Conversion
You see,
therapy.
it's just that for me, right?
Yeah,
If I have enough faith in my religion, right,
yeah,
then it doesn't matter if your boy is gay or not, because I'm not. I hope, right? I will still follow through with it because remember, like I said, the bare minimum of the marriage. Like last time, where I said you had to convert to being, in our religion, right?
yeah.
The bare minimum was to just get circumcised and then do your prayers and then maybe follow some of the holidays, which I'll probably which are pretty lit anyway. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Skin a goat, do some Ramadan, meet some people at the Eid, so some Gucci gang goddamn holidays. They're pretty lit. So I'm like, it's not really a problem. You know what I mean? It
Well,
was
no,
never an
no.
issue.
Think about it this
So
way: what if
yeah, I don't know.
someone said they wanted to be a Muslim, okay,
Yeah.
but they didn't get circumcised, they didn't follow any of the holidays, or do any of the things that are typically considered Muslim? Do you think that person is a real Muslim if that
Actually,
person
uh,
doesn't do any
it
of those things?
look, it's one of those things where it's not black and white because there are certain situations, right,
Yeah.
where you can't be mad at it because sometimes they do have personal issues of why they aren't or are, you know what I mean? So I can't be mad at that. So, but what I would do, okay, is ask for context. I'll be like, is the reason you're not doing this also for religious reasons? Or are you just tripping and think the rules don't apply and like I want to be a Muslim but without praying at all? You know what I mean? Because if it's that reason, then you're just tripping and probably an acid as well, and literally just don't want to follow any of the rules. If that's the case, then you can go kill yourself. If that isn't the case, then yeah, I'll help you out. I'll talk to my homeboys. I'll talk to some church people. I'll say if you can convert without following maybe half the rules, because as far as I'm concerned, right, there are certain rules that you must do, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole routine thing. You have to do some prayers because you can't just never do it and just consider yourself doing it because that's like that's hypocritical and stupid because like it defeats the purpose, right? But if certain things like following certain holidays that you can't do, then yeah, that won't be a problem because there are certain circumstances, right, that make it so that you can follow the rules, but without following the restrictive
But
ones.
what if somebody just
Yeah,
says,
what up?
I just don't agree with the rules and I don't think the rules apply to me? What if the person just says that?
Then I would also ask him, why do you think that? Because there are some people, right, that are so black and white that they're just stubborn and don't want to follow anything. If that's the case, then yeah, these niggas are just literal idiots, and they can, just like with the comment section on YouTube, go kill themselves. But if they have like for like, let me give you an example. For specific reasons, let's say they have either herpes, diabetes. Okay, I don't ask me why I specifically chose those two because I know why. I'll tell you a story for later. Like, let's say they have those two, right? Herpes, diabetes, or have a disability like me, right?
Yeah.
For these kinds of people, they do have to follow some of the rules, but not all of them if they choose not to. As in, they have some leeway. Okay,
So I have a
you just
question.
gotta, yeah, whatever.
Is being gay a disability?
Uh, it depends on which way you look at it. Because if it's one of those things where you're sexually confused, then it's not really a disability. It's just something you need to work with. But if it's like a mental style disability, right, where you are literally have no idea why this is happening and want to stop it, then maybe you're just kind of a, it's like being sexually deprived but backwards, or being lustful, I guess. It depends. It really depends. Because for me, right, whenever I get these types of questions, I always gotta ask for like more confirmation and detail. Because I don't really like putting it in black and white situations. Because when I do get confirmation, I look like the asshole because the actual reason behind why he was not getting no putty wop was a legitimate one. You know what I mean? Like he legitimately couldn't because this, or because he was disabled, or because his family are Jewish and hate him. Certain things. That you kind of don't understand unless you really go in depth in that situation, or more accurately known as minding your own damn business. But yeah, so I don't know. It depends on the homie. Why,
Yeah.
why do you love to do that to me? I don't know why. It's kind of creeping me out.
Well, I love to
What?
question your beliefs.
No, no,
No.
no. You can do that as much as you want. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you're doing. What you're doing is trying to give me one of those bullshit religious tests. You know the ones where some of my friends were giving me last week, where you try to see whether or not I'll answer a yes or no question as a yes or no question is what I'm getting at. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Basically, what you're doing is trying to tell me, hey, is being gay wrong? Hey, is being Islamic wrong? Hey, is being this wrong? Like you're trying to boil it down and try to kind of see if whether or not I'll find a clever way to answer it. You know what I mean? Which, by the way, I will. If you try me, you
Yeah.
are gonna
Well,
get
yeah.
putty wop.
I am testing you on your religion, seeing, holding you accountable to things that
Yeah, true, but
you
the way
believe.
you make it sound, it's kind of not difficult to answer, but kind of dumb to answer. If that makes sense to you.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I
You
ask dumb questions then. Yep.
No, not
No.
dumb. Look, here's the thing.
No.
They're
Okay.
not dumb questions because they're reasonable questions. There are certain questions you ask. But the dumb factor, right, comes
Yep.
from you boiling it down to yes and no. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. Whenever someone asks me, I always ask them for more context. But when you ask me, you kind of always give me either no context or do that thing where you give me only a little bit of context while trying to let me figure out everything else. You know what I mean? It's like giving me half the story, but on purpose. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's to make you
So,
think.
hey, nigga, God, okay, give me a sec. Someone's calling.
Yeah.
Hold up, shut up. Okay, they're calling me for lunch. I'll be back in like maybe 10 minutes, give or
All right.
take.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can dip. You know,
There's nothing wrong with giving thought-provoking questions.
nigga, it's not the thought-provoking question. It's the stupidity of the delivery. It could be a personal thing. I don't know. But for me, it's kind of dumb to ask, you know, because it feels like you're undermining my intelligence by saying, "Hey, is this thing that's boiled down to very specific yes or no questions a yes or no question?" Oh, that thing.
I'm a philosopher. This is what I do.
That is. That's good. Well, sure. All right, looks like I got the permission to eat in the room, also known as being a neat. So yeah, we got
Yeah.
confirmation.
I'm a
So
philosopher. I'm a real man.
philosopher of what?
Uh, uh,
Please enlighten me.
Religious philosopher, political philosopher,
I can believe
philosopher
it.
of
Yeah.
sociology. How about that? How about that? A
Hold
PhD.
up.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
gonna give
up.
myself a
Give me one
PhD so
sec.
hard
Looks like something went wrong
nobody will be able to question it.
and
Oh,
someone lost their dick. Hold on.
that's how strong my PhD will be.
Not in gay way. At least I hope it wasn't taken in gay way.
PhD is
So yeah, what the hell were you talking about?
PhD is my power level, man. It's a
P
power level.
what type of power level is that?
I'm a
PhD
PhD
are you
level
power level?
10,000. Eat that. Um, I don't know who, but whoever it is, I'll make you eat it. That's right.
What are you
My
talking
PhD
about?
is so strong.
Your
Uh,
PhD is so strong. What?
it's a
Being gay, the goddamn political statement?
Vegeta. What's his PhD level? It's over 8,000.
Wait, what type of context is that?
No, I'm
Was it
just
science?
saying that I'm a very high level of philosophy is what I'm saying. That's all I'm
Uh,
saying.
sounds more like stroking someone's own ego.
Yeah, well, I so what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, enlighten
yeah,
me, nigga.
yeah. I'm a
Enlighten-
philosopher. What are you gonna do about it, eh?
What?
I'm a philosopher. I'm a real man.
A real
I'm a real man.
that sounds like such a bullshit statement. Okay, you know what? Tell you what. Tell you what. You continue philosophizing, I guess.
Yeah,
That's a term, right?
yeah.
Whether or not it's gay to be a furry, and I'll eat some lunch. You know,
All right, yeah, yeah.
you go.
Eat that.
By the way, I'm still in the
Eat
room.
it.
I'm just seeing what you can do on your own without me. You know,
Yeah.
without the gay backup for meme content. You know, or also known as tripping the entire time. So yeah, you go do that.
Yeah, yeah. I like to say that when I go and I use the toilet, I really like the fact that I have hair on my butt. I think it's actually very useful. Um, I think it streamlines the
Whose hands is this? Like what the fuck?
no, 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 no. This is a medical opinion. I think
That, that,
it
what?
streamlines. It streamlines the poop when it comes out. Okay.
Oh my god.
No, no, it's legit. So I think people that shave their
No, I'm
butts,
not questioning whether or not it's legit. Thank
yeah.
God I'm not questioning whether or not it's legit. I'm asking you, what context is this, nigga? What conversation is this?
No,
My lord.
well, on the other day on
Yeah.
Discord, someone put out a
Oh,
meme where
yeah.
it's saying that if you're decorating, you're expecting company, and it was in reference to people who who shave their butts and things like that. And you know what? That's right. Shaving your butt is gay. There you go. That's
What?
period.
This is such a weird
Yeah,
conversation. This
that's
stuff
right.
goes south real fast when I'm not around. Oh my God. Okay. You know what? I have a way to derail this entire autism magnet going on right now. What do
Yeah.
you think of traps? That should help us,
Traps
convert
are the
this
big
into.
gay.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool response.
When
I
a
have a
man
philosophical
when a
thought.
man
Can you say the words?
questioned Jesse Cox on a panel in a convention asking, "Are
What?
traps gay?"
Oh
I
yeah,
I
that video.
think
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
yeah,
It's
I
pretty
think
shit.
that was a very important moment in the
What?
philosophical history of the
Of what?
21st century, because
I
that
swear to God,
question, the
you say
question, "Are
weird.
traps gay?" is not only a question about the exact nature of what a trap is, but as also a question of the place of traps in society and how religion should respond to traps. So there you go.
You
But
take anything and make it philosophical
but
with this
what
stuff.
I have read in
Yeah.
my holy scriptures is
Whole
that if a man
word
uh, dresses up
scripture.
uh, and pretends to be a woman, that's pretty gay, and that's not okay. There you go. That's what it
You
says.
know the first thing I sent you,
Yeah.
the first link. Read it. Read it out loud, please.
All right. All right.
Just
He
for
he
me.
sent me a little comic page. Let me just pull it up
Yep.
here.
Yep. Just pull it out. Just pull it out. Pull it out again. Weak. Come on.
Okay. Let me open image. I don't know whether it's supposed to be read right to left or left to right.
Oh, you want me to read it for you,
No,
by
no,
the
no,
way?
no.
It's left to right.
Okay, left to right. All right, left to right. Okay,
No, it's right to left. Right to left.
right to left. Okay, right
The
to left.
building picture is the first one, and then just
Okay,
continue from there.
and so it's I can't show it because of the way OBS is set up. I would have to download the image, and I don't want to download this image. But anyway, have you gone crazy, Julie? What's
Research
wrong with
history.
being a
Detail.
trap? Traps aren't that gay, father. You are still young. You do not know the way. Traps work by arousing straight men
The way of
with
the
their
force.
looks, while also giving them a sense of bittersweet helplessness, as they know that traps will never be girls. You can become a grill, though. So I. You can become a grill, though, so I reject such half traps. Father, please, I've always wanted to be a trap. Someone witnessed all of this. It's okay, Julie. I'll tell your dad about the yaoi hole.
Yeah, I found this on 4chan.
Degenerate.
Don't ask why I was on
Degenerate.
4chan.
What? Oh, yeah, so you're a 4chaner now. You're an
Um,
anon, eh? Eh? Yeah?
Look, let's just say the cancer you put in me last week, uh, and the depression that hit me last week made me look up some weird shit. All right,
Yeah,
so yeah, I
he,
found this. It was
he's
making fun
secretly
of
a
the
member of
whole
Anonymous now.
trap thing. What? What did
Did,
you say about being anonymous? What
are you
happened?
a member of Anonymous?
What? What isn't? What?
No, I guess not. No, it's plausible deniability.
But
I see what's
I
going
do
on.
have a question. Very important one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
No, on a scale of 1 to John Wick, how much
One
do
to
you love
John.
your horse?
How much do I what?
How much do you love your horse? It's a very
Okay,
common
okay.
question
So
to
no, I
contact
have
that.
no idea who John Wick is. But on a scale of horses, I don't own a horse.
You're missing out. I mean, 12-inch penis. Come on. They're like the size of someone's leg. Come on, you're missing out on some very entertaining shit.
Now you're trying to indoctrinate me into weird
Bestiality, yes.
sexual stuff. I'm not
What?
interested in that stuff. I must say.
It's very
Uh,
questionable
Gotta be
because, as far as I'm
straightforward
concerned,
from the
you
start.
seem like you're down
I'm
with
not
the
down.
sus.
I'm not down with the sus. I've said
Uh,
this over and over again. I'm not down with the sus.
You will be by the end of the year or by the end of your life. Trust me on this one. I know. I know it's.
I will bring forward a new
By the way, I sent you
reformation.
some thickness. Just because.
Ecclesia semper reformanda est.
What?
It's, it's my Latin
No,
motto.
after it. God damn it.
Yeah,
You're German, not using.
it's Latin, not German.
I don't know which one is worse because of that.
It has nothing to do with Nazis. However, it was, to be fair, probably said by Germans. So uh,
Yep,
there you
there it
go.
is. You see,
Yeah,
now you understand the truth
the truth.
behind behind your actual religion. I mean, not no legion. That's the right word. Legion.
My legion.
Which nation you truly belong to?
My allegiance. You mean?
Yes. Which nation is it? Is it the Italian, the Mexican, the French, or the Germans?
Well,
In the comment section, 1 to 4, which
in
one
the
is it?
United States, at least
Yeah.
the school where I went to, every day you would have to pledge allegiance to the American flag. Uh,
Oh, I would so go there and then burn that place straight up to the ground. That way they
you're
can't
never
get
getting in the
formed.
U.S. now. You just said you would burn all the schools.
Oh no, what? School? No.
Yeah,
I meant as soon as they said pledge your allegiance, I'll be like, yeah, sure, fam, and then
yeah,
go there, right?
yeah.
And Molotov that flag right off.
Molotov the flag, the American flag.
Yeah,
If
Molotov
it's
cocktail. Come on.
yeah, if it's not your flag, it's vandalism. If you buy an American flag and then you Molotov it, that's completely legal.
Who says I was gonna vandalize someone else's flag when I gotta buy my own and bring it to class and then light it on fire?
That's a probably a violation of rules.
What? Human rights?
No, no, no. I'm just saying I can't imagine any institution would let you go inside with a Molotov cocktail to burn something. That's probably also a fire hazard, fire code
Yeah, then
violation
they
there.
aren't really down with the sus, are they? They really should get more of the Moroccan schooling system. These
Moroccan
people
schooling
can
system.
bring guns,
Guns,
horses,
horses.
and possible horse relationships all the way to class, and no one would question it.
Yeah. Bring chemical
Yeah,
weapons. Do they allow that in class?
chemical weapons.
Yeah, chemical
I mean,
weapons.
you got a license to bomb the place? I mean, if you do, then yeah.
Yeah, you need a license to bomb.
What?
Yeah.
What are you
You
talking
need a
about?
license to bomb the place.
No, like a license to bring chemicals with you as a precaution. Kind of
Yeah.
like self-defense.
Yeah.
Some people have knives. Some people have chemical weapons.
Yeah. You know what? I think
You're
that's actually a
telling me,
legit point.
wait, hold
Yeah.
up. You're telling me that tear gas, you can't have it, pepper sprays, you can't have them with you. They're basically chemicals. They're made of chemical stuff. And you put
In
with
the
you for
U.S.,
self-defense.
if you
The
bring
same, but with more
yeah
Gucci gang in it.
in the
Just more
U.S.
extreme.
bringing any weapon into a school is a crime because of how the policies are.
I'll break that rule on the first day.
First day, you gonna bring
Yep.
a bomb,
No.
suicide bomb?
And uh, fucking goddamn ISIS jokes. No. Um,
No.
I was gonna bring my. Let's see. I have about 5 daggers, 1 katana.
Yeah,
Let's see. What the fuck
5
would I
daggers
have?
with katana.
Oh yeah, I
We
have
about
9 gauge, and I have. I don't know why, but my grandfather's, one of them has an Uzi. I
Uzi.
don't know why. All
That's
right.
a Jewish gun, man.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's the question.
Yeah.
I was so weirded out. But they do have the old daggers, like the ones from Aladdin, because of religious
Yeah.
reasons and
Other
also
team.
because of cultural reasons. What?
Sikh. No. You like Sikh daggers? You ever
They're
met a
pretty
Sikh?
good. They're pretty good, but I still pick sides every time because then you
Sives.
can
Yeah.
commit all of the genocide,
Genocide.
and no one
You
will
you
question
know, it's talking about stuff in that way, even making jokes, could mean that you could never get into the U.S. Just say,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm just trying to see whether or not they can literally either take me seriously or get offended that easily. Because if that's the case, then I'll just go to France instead.
Go to France. Yeah. So what would you
But
do
I
in
will
France?
definitely visit your house before I go to France.
Visit my house.
Just so I can throw something at your face.
What would you throw at my face?
What would you like me to throw at your face? What type of sexual torture are you into? Just tell me. I'll bring it.
Nothing sexual, please. That I would not be interested in that.
I mean, the one time I visit you and you don't want it to be sexualized, come on,
No,
it's
I keep
hilarious.
saying I don't want these things to be sexualized. Uh,
But at the same time, you never question it. Such conflicting feelings, man. Come on, you got to be more truthful to yourself.
just no, no sexual stuff for me, please. I'm a very straight laced individual. Very
I'm really gonna question that the
well
entire time you say
respected by society.
okay. That I can believe, but only because I'm pretty sure you've done some secret assassinations for the government. So
Secret assassinations. Ooh.
yes,
Yeah, people accuse Hillary Clinton of doing a lot of
but being retarded.
assassinations,
No. Oh, if I was for being retarded. Uh,
but
no,
maybe
no,
it was
she
me.
can't actually kill someone. She's too weak, both physically and mentally. She's a crazy ass bitch. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. No, do you feel the burn? Uh,
Of what?
Bernie
Your
Sanders.
entire political system being trash? Yeah. Do you feel the burn?
Of the entire political system being trash? Yes, I do. That's why I invented a new one. Oh,
Yet still, they don't believe you when they say it can fix all their problems. And that is the problem of the U.S. They don't believe it.
well,
Me down with that level
well, I'm
of
not saying it would
respect.
fix all the problems. I'm just saying that it would make all the problems somebody else's problem, and I think that's a good enough solution.
Yeah, that's good enough solution for them because they would rather do that than actually fix their own problems.
It's a great time to only deal with problems that are actually important to you. That would be
Yeah,
good.
like homelessness.
Yeah, homelessness. Uh, how religion and racial policies affect your society, things like
Which is
that.
none. Yeah.
Yeah, none. Are you sure about that? Yeah.
But for me, none, nigga. I ain't got no problems.
Well, yeah. In Morocco, it's none, but in the U.S., there's questions about affirmative action,
Oh yeah, that's
and
because your government is always broken, literally every time.
and then on the other side, there's people that are
I've never seen a
ethno
country
nationalists,
shoot
and
itself both in the face and the foot as much as yours.
yeah,
I'm not even lying about that. They literally kill their own damn selves.
but
They
it's
create
still
more problems for themselves than other countries do for them.
but
It's
it's
not one
still
country
so
they
much
need to wage
stronger
war
than
on.
other
They're for
countries. It's
themselves.
so weird.
What?
The U.S. is somehow still so powerful despite just shooting itself in the face and the foot at every opportunity.
You know what's funny about that? I still don't get what type of power you have. If you have political power, it makes sense because you literally kill and or breed all your goddamn political government officials, right?
Yeah,
If it's like mental power or something like that, I'm calling bullshit because you people are so fucking triggered nowadays.
it's military power. U.S.
Oh,
military.
I'm calling bullshit on that even harder. There is no way military power is what your expertise is. I'm
It
calling
is.
bullshit.
The U.S. military has more bases around the world than any other country.
Still think it's because of college dropouts.
College dropouts. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me I'm lying. Come on, let's be real.
I don't know that much about college dropouts, but I
Literally half of your country demands that everyone who goes to college or is going to college make like 2 to 3 years of military service. Come on, that's real. That and because more than half of them go to the military because it's either that or dropping out. So
oh fair enough. Whatever, my dude.
admitted
But
defeat real fast.
the U.S. The military is 100% volunteers, and it still is massive.
You know
Uh,
what's funny?
yeah.
You say volunteers, you should probably say more depressed than volunteers. Because, like, there's a difference between being happy to volunteer and having the Moroccan way of volunteering where you have no other choice. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's not volunteering, especially with health insurance. Seriously, more than half the time, the only reason they joined, right, is
Yeah.
because of your bullshit health insurance thing. They can't cover bills, they can't cover the whole, you know, government shit. So they literally have to do military service because it's the only thing that covers all their insurances.
Well, yeah, I guess it does cover everything. So there is an actual incentive for people to go into the military.
Yeah, but like the funny thing is, it's not necessarily a good incentive, you know? Because it's like saying, hey, if you ever get injured, just come to our house. We treat you for free, but we'll force you to do labor. Like, nigga, that ain't helping.
No, that's
Because then
how
he
most of
has
the
no other
world
choice.
works, really.
It's either
So
that or stay broke.
it's literally capitalism, man. That's how the world works. You do something, and then somebody else does something for you.
It's
It's,
just called doing favors, but like your version of capitalism is probably broken even more than I already thought it was. So yeah,
well,
you
that's
have
why the
any
U.S. has the world's biggest GDP. It's just so much money, man. Uh,
yeah, which is why it's always fucking broke.
it's so much money.
Especially
The
oh, it's so
poorest
much money that
people
it's
in the
just
U.S.,
pure
the
broke.
homeless
Like
people
the
in the
whole
U.S.
country is
are
broke.
richer than the middle class of some countries. The homeless people. That's how rich the U.S. is compared to other countries.
You know it's on the verge of bankruptcy, right?
It is,
Daily,
but it
daily.
the government isn't going to let that happen ever. It, it
It's the government is what causing it, nigga.
Yes,
What you
but the
mean?
the government is the
What
only
I love
organization
is
that
his
can actually
guess,
default
but
under
then he tries
bankruptcy.
to like
So
he's laughing. I love
they,
your response. It's like, yeah, you're right. You are 100% right. We are fucked, but and then just try to make a new excuse. It's so funny.
but yeah, no, that's literally how it works. If a country doesn't want to declare bankruptcy, they don't have to because they're the highest authority on themselves. It's a very trashy system, and I don't
Yeah,
like
it's
it,
called
but that's
time
how it
back
is.
and try to think yourself that you can rescue yourself without actual work.
Like, all they do is they just make more money, and then
Lose it.
because the
Literally
U.S.
lose it.
has a strong economy, people are
Yeah.
willing to just let the U.S. have as much debt as the U.S. wants to have because they know that they're making a profit off of it. Now, if
I'm telling you,
yeah,
it's both succeeding and failing at every opportunity. It's
it
pretty
is,
great.
it is. It's so weird that it works, but it works, and I hate it, but it works.
Yep, you hate it, but it works. Same
It's
for
like the
my
stock
country,
market.
man.
The stock market destabilizes the economy by allowing for rapid
What?
changes and interconnectivity. So, and I don't like it, but it
You
works.
don't like it.
So, it
Yep.
I don't like the stock market, but it works.
Oh, I have a question, Mike.
Yeah.
This is just a simplified question to ask. Uh, do you have any international under the table work that isn't gay?
Um,
Basically saying.
I'm a citizen of two countries, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. What? No, I'm asking for work employment that's under the table that's international.
Under the table international.
Yep. Very specific.
Um.
For a man with two countries, he sure has little info.
Well, I don't know of anything that's under the table, if that's what you're asking. Uh,
Oh yes. No,
because
gotta make sure.
I like keeping my
Yeah.
money, and to do that, I don't like it when people
What? Rob
put me
you?
in a situation where I would be breaking a law, and then people would be able to take my money, and I don't like that. So I think uh, doing
I like
things
your
under the
reasoning.
table is bad. But anyway, if what you're asking is if you yourself would like to find some international employment, is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
why not? Yeah, why
Uh,
not? It's pretty fun. Here's the
what
thing.
if okay? What
I
if
I
I sent
have
you? Okay,
here's the thing. I have quite literally, not figuratively, quite literally, about 55 unused skills, right?
yeah,
That are very highly sought after. but you can't use because you need pieces of
Okay,
paper.
okay. Here's a question. What if I
Yeah,
sent
what
you? You tell me
what?
land prices in Morocco is very cheap. Okay.
Yeah.
So what if I sent you $1,000? Okay,
So where?
just to you. Okay.
No, I know to nigga, I know what you mean to whom. I mean like how. We don't have bank accounts and I don't got a PayPal. How would that even work?
Um.
Unless you tripping, which you probably are. So yeah,
Well, you would have
that
to
ain't gonna
start a
work,
bank
man.
account or something. But what if I sent you a thousand
Yeah,
bucks? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And in exchange, you start a business, make money, and then pay me back. How about that?
What? Only $1,000?
Well, no, you wouldn't be paying me back only $1,000 because this is an investment,
Oh yeah,
and
the
I,
interest
I
rates.
like
Yeah, I got
to have a profit and a share of whatever it is you make. But I send you $1,000 and you buy some land, start a business, and make money. That's pretty much all I can do because I can't actually start a business in Morocco or
from here.
employ you internationally because that would be too expensive. But if I actually just simply sent you money, you would be able to start a business
You know
and
what's funny?
pay me back. Yeah.
That will work real fast. It just needs two things.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
One is connections on what type of business, right? Because you
Yeah.
need
Well,
contact
you're in
info.
Morocco. You're the one that would be up to that. But
No,
yeah.
I know what I have to do to get it. I'm just telling you the requirements that need
Yeah.
to be met for
Okay.
this to be a success right off the bat. Also, okay. So that's okay. There's that, and also you need another thing, which is uh, the diplomas, but not to make a business. You just need ones based on equipment and stuff to use on. Basically, it's one of those things where you just need to hire people with certain skills to do certain things. It's like making a company, right? A gaming
Yeah.
company, and having each employee be of a different, uh, what's it called? Have different skills to use. Like one be a programmer, one be an editor, one be. Except the difference is instead of just being like self-taught skills, you need a diploma that says that this is the specific shit you do that no one else can. It's like that. And if you have those, you can start a business right now. Speaking of which, I do have an electrician's diploma that makes it so that I can start my own company. It just has to be an electronics one. Now, that's very specific on what type of business, but the leeway with it is that you can basically make your own Microsoft or Apple.
Yeah.
And I
But
mean in any
but
category.
the
So
question
yeah.
is, if you had $1,000, would you be
Yeah, what
able
up?
to multiply that and make a profit? Is what I'm
Yeah, real
asking.
fast. Yeah, it'll
Real
work. It'll
fast.
work.
Are you
That's how it
sure?
works.
How
Me,
much
I'm sure.
experience do you have?
Uh, you can kind of gain a lot of it just from first tries. So,
That
wait, what
that's
was the
not
question?
very. That's not inspiring me with a lot of confidence.
Why? Are you gonna invest as soon as I convince you, nigga? What the?
No, no, that's
Okay,
how it
so
works,
so
man. You gotta make sure that I have confidence that I will make a return on my investment.
yeah, true. I know how to gamble, my nigga, despite the fact that it's illegal. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the whole investment thing. It's simple. You just need three things.
Yeah.
Okay, just like with any like art commission, what you need is planning, basically like a reference of what type of situation we're gonna do, right? You need basically experience, which here's the trick. You don't need experience yourself. You just need people that have it, you know?
Okay.
It's the classic thing with being a CEO manager in the US. You don't even need to know what you're doing. You just need to hire people that do and pretend that like you know what you're doing, which is so real because that's literally how your country works. So yeah, basically, thanks to my diploma, I can start my own company today. All right.
Okay.
All I need is two things.
Two
One
things.
is decent people, which is where the connections come to. Which, by the way, I can get. You just need to have like marketing team. Except here's the thing: because it's Morocco, not the U.S., it doesn't need to be expensive marketing. It just needs to be targeted marketing, like Apple. You know,
Yeah.
we just need to know which demographic. Second, which is the most important, is after you get your company and land, which is by the way not hard to get, you just need decent enough cash, and your employees. The last and most important thing you need to do is just your campaign slogan, you know? And I'm not lying because it's literally all you need. You just need a slogan, make it look entertaining, and as soon as one person buys it, word of mouth works real fast, and half the country is yours. Because remember, this is such a small country that because everyone knows everyone, all you really need is just one person's approval, and half of his family already is agreed to your shit. So that's literally how fast it will work. You just need confidence.
Okay, and here's what I will do. Okay,
Yeah, besides
okay,
probably ruin
you
everything.
need to.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
you
should.
need what you need to do is you need
Yeah.
to start something and then run it and file your taxes on it. Okay,
Uh, you forgot what happened last week, right?
you told me most people don't file taxes in Morocco.
Yeah, no one does.
No, no, no,
Not in the
but
entire
there.
country. Literally, the only one who does is probably the goddamn king. Because unlike the U.S., there's no fucking, like there's no police that militarize whether or not you
Yes,
pay
yes,
your
but
taxes.
I don't
So
want anything under the table, is what I'm saying.
yeah, but here's the thing: it doesn't matter. As in, they won't fucking question it. As long as you have a company, they're not gonna ask, "Hey, do you pay your taxes by any chance?" Like they don't give a fuck. They'll let you do whatever you want. So
Well,
there's
no,
no real process.
any company that doesn't file its taxes, in my view, is an unsafe investment.
True, in your version. In ours, it's slightly different. Here's the thing: for us, unless we have corruption, we can do whatever.
Yeah, but
Because here's
I
the
don't
thing:
live in Morocco, so I don't know what's going on. Okay,
but
so
you're gonna invest in someone who does. So as long as you trust him that he knows what he's doing, there's no threat. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I know you're trying to, like in any investment, I know you're trying to get the best that you can.
yeah,
But as far as I'm concerned, as long as you make 10 times what you invested, it's good enough. So even if it falls, you still made 10 times as much as you invested in like less than a year. So
yeah,
yeah. Plus, this is Moroccan money, my nigga. You will make millions in pennies, if that makes sense.
yeah. I know what you mean, but what I'm saying is, okay,
Yeah?
what I what I then want to see is the official records that
Oh,
show.
those are easy to get. You just need to go to the police
Okay, yeah,
station and
no,
just say,
your
hey, this
official
guy needs a
records
record.
that show
What?
that what the business you're doing is profitable, and then I will invest in it.
Oh, those are easy. Yeah, I'll just go there, say, hey, nigga, I need this to get stamped. It's like, what's the name? This. What are you making? Some Gucci game merch. Reason behind it? Some homie wants
Yes,
it.
no,
And
no,
then, no,
I
I'm
want
not
to
lying. That's
see
literally how
your
they talk
profit.
to the op.
I want to
What?
see your profit, okay? What I'm saying is, I'm not going to
Got it.
invest until you start something that's actually profitable.
Yeah, obviously.
Because how much money do you make right now?
Zero. Because
Exactly. So
remember, there's no unemployment
I've no way of
unless you got
knowing
masters.
that you're good
What?
at making money.
What? What was the question? You keep cutting off a
Okay.
little bit.
I have no way of knowing that you're
Yeah?
actually good at making money
Making money?
because you're not making any money right now.
True.
Yeah. So what
But
I'm
here's
saying
the
is,
difference.
you need to
Here's the
prove
main
to me
difference.
that you can make money before I'm willing to invest into you.
Yeah, that just sounds like a reasonable business plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with that is that what's so funny about these is that in Morocco, right?
Yeah.
A lot of business ideas, right, fall flat mainly because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to show their skills. So as long as you just guarantee them that, then you will be genuinely surprised. It just needs faith, some well put investments, and a shit ton of cocaine. I mean luck. Yeah, a lot of luck. Not cocaine. That's a different thing. We sell marijuana, but not cocaine. So yeah, uh, at least not in our country. We do have some in the neighborhood ones. So yeah, that's all you need. Just those two things in your Gucci.
Yeah. I'm just saying that if you can
Yeah,
prove
but
it, that you can make a profit, I've got $1,000 with your name on it.
it's very funny. It's very funny. All right,
That's
tell you what.
US dollars. That's a lot in your currency.
Yeah, that's about 10,000.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Guess how much that will get you. Guess how
I
much
don't
that will
know.
in
Uh,
terms of land. Okay. All right. So there are two types of land in my country. Okay, the ones that you could buy at least, right? It depends on the seller usually, right? But here's the thing: there are two types of land you can buy. There's the religious and memorial type, not graveyards, it's just the memorial types, right?
Yeah.
And then there are the personal and poor types. Okay, this is why I say you could buy a piece of land for like $100, while usually a land will be like millions of dollars of worth. You know what I mean? That's because the memorial and religious ones, like sacred land, right, sells for a very reasonable price, not high price, reasonable, which is like half a mil for like an entire fucking countryside worth of land, like literal hundreds and hundreds of miles. But again, that's for like $50,000 at most. Okay, so it's pretty fucking cheap comparison. But the poor lads sell for a very low price because what they do is the same as car insurances. You know, you buy a product and you just hope to sell it for a slightly higher price, and it just keeps going up from there.
Yeah.
Now, for those, there are two types. There are the ones that are inexperienced and just new farmhand that didn't make enough money in their first year, and because it's farm work, right? You either succeed or you literally get bankrupt. Because remember, the crops need a whole year to grow, so if they don't do it properly, you're fucked. So if that doesn't work, then you immediately sell off your land. If it does work, then you make some profit off of it and then sell it. Now here's the good part. My land is sacred, and the fact that it's a lot of religious figures behind it, and most of it is sacred because they don't allow government workers or US people to use it.
Yeah.
But if you're a native, you can buy any plot of law, any plot of land, as long as you have two very important things. One is money, and two is charisma, mainly because the plot of land are very much sacred but unused. As in, the only people governing them are the very fucking 200-year-old old ass niggas that believe in the spirits and shit of their old ancestors. Meaning, the only thing that's stopping you is whether or not they trust you with their land. So if you have that, which is why I asked for charisma, right? Because you need to be native, and just for charm points, really, you can buy any plot of land from here to probably Israel. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's a lot of farmland, and the good part is because we're a countryside, unlike the U.S. Not only do we not have any of those, what is it called? Power plants, you know, the things that put fucking clouds in the air or what, pollution in the air. What is it called? The whole thing that they smoke pot or something. Forgot what they were called.
What,
The
a
whole power
factory?
plants. What?
The power plants, factories?
Yeah, those. Because we're in the country line, we don't have any of those.
Yeah.
And the ones that we do kind of have, by the way, when I mean don't have, I mean like in plain sight. The only ones that we have are from the entrepreneurs that show up to the country and buy some land. You know, the fucking millionaires that show up, monopolize the shit and buy some of it, right?
Yeah.
Secretly. Because they only have about two as far as I've seen, and it goes from Shifshelin, where I live, to Rabat, which is like halfway across the nation. So it's a pretty like 200, 300 miles and only two power plants. So, but in between those, we have three cities, one huge ass forest, and a fuck ton of unused land. Meaning, between those three things, you can plant anywhere you want. And the good part is that because the land is so cheap and you're a native, like this is why I said the whole $1,000 thing. If you can just give me that, I'll guarantee you land right the next morning. Because unlike the U.S., there's no background checks. You know, well there is, but like the only background check is whether or not you're part of the religion, and whether or not you killed someone to get the land. You know what I mean? If they just know you got money, they will just sell it to you on the next day because they all want a profit. Let's be real. And
Yeah.
plus, they expect you to just resell it anyway, because that's how the whole monopoly thing works. It's like a trade market or the stock market. You invest and you get a little bit back, and you keep doing it until you win. It's like gambling, except it's banned, like I said earlier. So yeah, like I said, if you get that money right and you buy that plot of land, you can figuratively build anything you want in it. Now, here's two things that are very good and very bad about building a factory in the land, in the countryside for us. One is workers. Now, here's the thing. Depending on whether or not you want your public image to be ruined, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of, what is it called? I forgot what they're called. Uh, Damn, I forgot what Trump called them. You know those people that go into a country not the legal way or without plans. What are they called?
Illegal
Uh,
immigrants?
yeah, immigrants. Yeah, those. there's a lot of immigrants, but like not outside the country, more like in other cities, right? That go here by boat or by swimming. Meaning there's a lot of unemployed youth, okay?
Yeah.
And they're very cheap to hire because that's usually how it works. Now, the reason I said public image is because while yes, you can hire them and look good while doing it, it's also bad because you're hiring the youth. So yeah, whether or not you want the construction to be done fast, you can have one of two things. Either you can be, either you can build a full-on like restaurant chain or literally Microsoft Office, like the entire skyscraper building in 1 year or 3 years. It all depends on who you want to hire. But it's very specific and very easy. Now, here's the thing. What's the minimum wage in the U.S.?
It depends on.
Well, I mean, it depends on work, but like, let's say McDonald's
Let
employees. What's the
let
minimum
me
wage?
see. Federal minimum wage.
Yep, just Google it every time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Always
who has the
English.
time to remember these things? Uh,
Maybe you. Who knows?
$7.25 an hour.
Great. Okay, for us, it's actually $10 a month. Now, before you freak out, that's actually a fair price for
Yeah, I
what type of
understand.
work
The
you're using.
goods are
So
generally cheaper, so the cost of living is lower, so it makes sense
I
uh,
mean, for
that
them,
it's
they do that thing
less.
that
Yeah,
because they're homeless, all they need is 3 meals a day, and if you can guarantee them that, they work. Here's the thing: there are two types of unemployment. There are two types of employees. Okay,
yeah,
there's the classic construction site ones that you offer food from your dams, from the what's it called? I forgot. From your budget, right? Yeah, from the budget into account. Like you put the fucking food for every employee in the budget and offer it to them 3 times a day for free, right? So they don't have to pay anything. If you do that, you only need to pay them about like $5 an hour or less. Because remember, unless they want to buy products and stuff like that, they don't need to.
yeah.
And just like with community showers, a lot of the minimum requirements for living, they give it to them for free anyway.
Well,
Because we do have a
here's
lot of like, yeah,
here's
what
what
up?
I recommend. Okay,
Yeah,
I recommend going with the actual money instead of food because it gives them more options with what they want to do with They can buy food if they want; they don't have to. But
yeah, true.
I think another thing that's important is to incentivize workers to work harder and by allowing them to maybe gain bonuses if they work hard or offering promotions
Oh yeah, that's
and
actually pretty easy. Here's
yeah,
the thing. Depending on which one you think you're gonna build, let's say build a general store, okay?
yeah,
For electronics. It's pretty easy. You just hire 3 or 4 children. Okay, I'll tell you a specific story that happened just about 3 days ago. Okay,
yeah,
so here's the thing. Where I live, okay, you might not dox me. Where I live, there is a general store right next to my house, okay?
okay,
It used to be a burger joint. Now, here's the thing. The burger joint had 3 employees, okay? It had the manager, who was the cook, and it had one waitress
yeah,
and one sous chef, the guy who helps the main chef, right?
yeah,
Now, their minimum wage was about $3 to $4 an hour without tips. And the only tips are 300% tips. So they pay them like $5. The damn sales are like 15, right? So that's the minimum wage. And thanks to because word of mouth and the fact that there's not that many stores, okay? Those are very easy to get, as in they're very easy to get customers. Now those people were pretty successful on a budget of, not even kidding, $100 every 3 months. That's the most they had to pay for construction, food replacements, and employees. Like that's literally all they had to pay for 3 months.
yeah,
Less than $100. Meaning, if you put this in American money, you literally make bank without even trying. So, like I said, plus here's the thing. Now, 3 days ago, okay, 3 days ago,
okay.
the burger joint got sold. Okay, they sold it to other people so they could make an electronics store off of it because Opa, the phone company that makes phones and stuff, right?
Uh,
Electronic company.
I
I
don't
think it's
know
called
them,
Opa.
but I'm sure that they're well known where you live. Yeah,
Yeah, there were only 2 stores, so they wanted to relocate. So they're located right next to us. In fact, if you want, I could give you a fucking picture. Yeah. So when they relocated, guess how much the burger joint offered money to sell the place so they could rebuild it? They only asked for $5,000. Like the whole place It was like a whole fucking not a skyscraper, but like a 2-floor building with huge customers, a lot of regulars, and literally like fucking the size of a house. You know, like a big ass house.
Yeah.
Okay, all of that, and for less than $5,000. That just proves to you how little they are willing to say money, like how little the money is. But the funny thing about it is that as soon as they sold it and turned it into an electronics store, guess what happened?
What happened?
They hired teenagers, my nigga. I was so fucking salty because I wanted to be hired. Because, all they need is a receptionist. So, yeah, they hired him. Now, here's the thing, they hired him for $2 an hour, but they gave him a 20% discount on anything they wanted to buy from the store. Employee credit, you know what I think?
Yeah.
Employee discounts. Now, here's the good part. Because they only hired 2 to 3 children, uh, they only needed to work for 2 days to construct the place, okay? And one day was just for airplaning so they could get their shitty business started. But because they only paid those guys for $2 an hour to be the intern, guess how much they paid them to work in the place? $1 an hour. Not even lying, bro. $1 an hour. They literally paid these niggas $1 an hour. Now, the good part about this is this. Because of the low payments, it's not going to cost much to get employees. Like I said, you only need teenagers and like 2 or 3 of them. But because of the low amount, you're not going to get that much in terms of money. You know what I mean? Like in terms of profit.
Yeah.
But it depends on which type of standards. Because remember, if you're talking American money, then yeah, if you don't make 5 million in 1 year, you're not profiting shit. But in here, like I said, all you need is $5,000, and you're actually pretty profitable compared to the middle class. So yeah, now, thanks to that, right, they were able to relocate in 2 days. They didn't get that many customers because the regulars stopped coming. But the thing they did was get a 300% increase in profits for the first week because it was a new place, new thing. And guess how much money they made in that first week?
I don't know.
Well, because they were like Apple and selling overpriced shit, right? And they had tablets as well, so you already know how much money they were making. They didn't sell that stuff for the same like $999, like the new iPhones and shit.
Yeah.
They sold those stuff for like $10, $20 at most. But the profit they made was, not kidding, $10,000 by the first week. But
Okay.
that's probably because they were fucking up and selling 4K TVs, those bastards. But yeah, they made that much money in 1 week. But then it declined to less than $1,000 every like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, you get the idea. They made literally 100 times the amount of money they invested in 1 week. Guess
Yeah.
why? Just try and guess why. Try
Uh,
and guess. It's pretty easy.
I'm not sure.
Okay, they had 3 things on their side so they could profit for like 100 times the amount they invested. One was word of mouth because remember the regulars stopped showing up, but only for the food. It's not they didn't want new electronics, so
Yeah.
they still like the new tablets and fucking iPhones. So here's the thing: because they showed up there, and because they sold stuff like iPhones, they sold them at a higher price than they actually were. What is it called? Based on what production rate? You know the thing where the cost of production versus the cost that they sell you at retail price.
Yeah.
So yeah, for products. So the retail price was way lower than the actual production price because just like with the ink products and ink cartridges, right? That stuff literally costs you 2 dirhams to make, but they sell at $60 in the US, which is why they were fucking up. But yeah,
Yeah.
so what they were doing was that thanks to the regulars and the newcomers, and most importantly the tourists who were dumb enough to actually believe their lies, they made 300% or like 100 times the amount of money. Now, this is where they were worked really well. Now, they didn't hire me, okay?
Yeah.
But what they did do is have tourist investments, okay? Now, what that means is that because we get a lot of tourist buses to visit the city. Now, here's the thing: most of the Americans, right, they visit us for only a short time, like 1 week vacation, right?
Yeah.
So because of this, they hired 1 or 2 linguistic entrepreneurs, if you will, because their thing was that they go to fucking bus stops, talk up the females and guys of the tour, right? And that they tell them to invest in the place that they're working at. Basically, they're what the fuck do you call them? They're like night walkers, but less sexual. because they were literally coercing and grooming females to shop at their place.
Yeah.
Luckily, it wasn't a makeup product. But here's the thing: by doing that, they ensured that they get a lot of impressionable outsiders, right, to pay over the amount that the prices were actually worth. You know what I mean? It's like that whole
Okay.
children thing at Samsung, where the remotes they make are very cheap, but they sell at a very high price. You know, they
Yeah.
have those manual labor. Those guys make like a million phones an hour, and then they just you pay the kids $3, but you sell it for like 500. So yeah, they were able to sell to the tourists way higher than before, but because they had linguistic people, okay, they were able to trick the system. Because remember, we have two types of currency that have in dollars, right? So because of
Yeah.
that, some people didn't know that by 300 they meant $30. So they were able to buy it at literally 10 times the actual asking price, but without cheating the system, because it's not wrong if the person misunderstands you, Technically you weren't lying, you know what I mean? So that they use that to sell at a very high price. And that's how to trick the system. Now, the good part about and why I told you the story specifically, right, is because after making that good ass profit, they are willing to sell the store for $1,000.
Yeah.
Now, what that means is if you give your boy that money, you'll go tomorrow, buy the place, and do the same shit all over again. Like literally use their strategy and get the same amount. Now, here's the thing: to buy a general store, okay, all you
Yeah.
need is two things. All you need is a certificate from the government that says you will be the owner of the place. You need, like, sign a contract that says you won't blow up the goddamn place, and you just need employees. But like we said earlier, employees are easy to get, man. Now, the only two things you need are one, which is a business degree, which allows you to sell and buy stuff. But again, just like before, you just need one that has it. He doesn't need to be the manager or even an employee. He just needs to have it, sell it, put it under his name or some shit, right? And you can do all the business yourself, just like with actual
Yeah.
investing. And the second, besides employees and that certificate, is that you need security, security stuff, so people don't steal your shit. So besides those three things, which by the way, their security is pre-installed, so you can just buy it with the building, you are pretty much guaranteed a successful business. And that's all I need to tell. Just saying. So what do you think? Pretty good idea?
Well, I would say that once again,
Show profit before investing. I know.
yes,
No,
that's
I'm not telling you invest right now. I'm just saying, hey, this sounds like a good idea.
well, even if you got together $1,000 to buy this store, you would still need stock, and there's more money needed to make the business work, is what I'm saying.
True, but again, you're misunderstanding the fact that that's not the U.S. It's not as hard. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing with this place. Okay, because it's a countryside, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say my people are simple-minded, but they're very easily impressionable. Meaning, it's like having futuristic knowledge and going to the Middle Ages. Because you have so much history and so much knowledge from other people who do the same thing but better, as and because you know that unlike Microsoft, if the bare minimum is just opening one store, right, then
Yeah.
it's very easy in comparison. Because remember, there's a difference, right, between making $1 billion investment and company and just opening one general store. At that point, that's easy money.
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's where you're starting. Just like with the person who made what is it called, Starbucks, right? The guy who invested in one building and he went to his hometown, bought a bunch of buildings, like because they were for sale, just like it is in our country, right? And just started making coffee shops like everywhere. And just like with McDonald's, as long as you have it everywhere, then you're number one at that point. Yeah, it's the same story here. You just need to be smart enough, or more accurately, wise enough, to quickly buy out the place before someone else does. Now, the good part about this is that thanks to me having knowledge from your country, right? The U.S., I know how to make a business without having to go through the whole experience thing and troubles, because I've seen other people do it, so you can just copy them and do what they do but better. The only thing I'm needing is, like I said, the investment. Now the thing with the investment is, because exactly this situation is a double-edged sword. One, it's very easy to get because the prices are so low, but two, it's actually hard to get because no one will invest before you show profit first.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually why I asked you whether or not there's under the table jobs that are international. Because if I can work them and make that level of money, it'll be easy to do. Here's the thing. I can start a business right now. The only
Yeah.
thing I need is the minimum requirement of cash to start it. Now, that's easy to get if you're talking American money. Because remember, even at McDonald's, if the minimum wage is $5, all I need is 50 or $100, and I start my business right off the bat. So it's like, what, 10 hours of work? It's not even that hard. I'll do it in a week. But the thing with that is, because in here, like I said, and I'm not even lying about this, they make less than $1 an hour because our prices are so different. That will make me like that will take me so long more to make. You know what I mean? Like even if I invest 100 hours in my career, that'll just about be the $100. You know what I mean? So I just try to find quicker ways, I guess. So I don't know. It depends. Hmm. As far as I'm concerned, you can invest in anything. It just needs a little bit more confirmation. So I'll tell you what. How about this?
Okay.
I will rely on you, okay, halfway. I'll do it myself as well on the side, right? To see whether or not you can find me a place that will make me that kind of cash quickly.
Well, I no, there's no such thing as getting
Right.
rich quick.
No, I mean, nigga, there's a difference between getting rich and minimum requirement. I'm not saying to get me rich. I'm saying if you know a certain job that can make that kind of money. Simple as
I
that.
I don't.
Oh,
Okay.
come on. There's no jobs like that.
There
Nothing
there
that pays
literally
$1 an
isn't.
hour, $10 an hour.
There's no job that you can make money very quickly. No.
Well, not very quickly. The reason I say very quickly is because I'm using the Moroccan money versus my own.
Yeah,
Because
but
here's the thing,
I'm
it's
not
like
in
making
Morocco. I
millions,
can't.
but the thing you need to buy are worth pennies. It's called quick money because the thing you want to buy is so cheap compared to what you make. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean not making money quickly, just a minimum allowance job. Do you know any? That's what I'm asking. Like a minimum wage job. That's what I'm at. Because
Okay.
technically that's still good money in my book. So
Well, you'd have to search that locally. I'm not in Morocco, so I can't help
I
you with
do.
that.
But here's the thing. I'm looking for international work, not country work. Because remember, we don't have any of those. I looked into this stuff locally. But besides farm work and making your own business, I told you there aren't any under the table jobs. There isn't no McDonald's. There isn't no security guard or something like a maintenance man or something. Those don't exist. Well, they exist, but like they don't work for you here. It's a different story. So yeah, do you know any minimum wage jobs that are international online? Simple as that. Because everyone I found is US only. So do you know any that are international instead? Simple
No,
as that.
I don't know any job like that. No.
Weird. I probably found a lot because they're not that hard to make. It's just that most of them are US only. So,
Well, if they're not
Oh,
that
well,
hard to make, you can find one on your own. You know,
true, but like here's the
if
difference.
there were an advertisement for a job like that, okay,
Yeah.
I would, especially if it has to do with Morocco, I wouldn't be able to read it because I can't read Arabic.
True, but that doesn't have to be Morocco. It's more like anything international. Here's the thing. Entrepreneurs, right?
Yep.
Those small businesses that require international like translators, linguistic people, readers, stuff like that, right? Any kind of simple job, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, I found a lot of those online, like the ones that you can do at Fiverr and stuff, right? But the problem is, most of them are region locked, meaning it's not that I lack requirements to work, it's that they can't let anyone outside the US work. Now, here's the thing the Morocco, it's different in the fact that we don't have online jobs. All we have is the small jobs. Now, for these, they're easy to get but pay so little that it doesn't matter. It's the kind of job that you need 100 years to make minimum wage. And everything else is shit. You know what I mean? It's like trying to go to college and work at McDonald's at the same time. It's not profitable if your rent is so high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well,
This is
I'm
what's
saying I
confusing
don't know
about it.
anything.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not like pressuring you to know. I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'm just widening your horizon to search because this is a double team effort. Because if we found one, right? Like I said, all we will need is $100. I will invest myself, make it, profit, call you, and then we'll see what we can do from there.
Yeah,
Because, like I said, it is so easy that as long as you have the diploma, which I do, by the way, to make my own business, right? All I have to do is just sign a contract, buy the building, and then just hire workers. It's the same as the whole CEO thing. You don't need to do any of the work. You just need to hire employees to do it for you, especially with a small business. You know? So it's pretty easy, to be honest. It's just very kind of, what is it called? Very stubbornly difficult to find loopholes in,
yeah.
to work around it. Oh, we'll see what we can do. So, want to do something else while we are waiting, or
Well,
do you want to
I'm
finish?
just gonna say that in Florida, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, the soil is not the greatest for most grapes. So there's a special variety of grape that is has been cultivated to grow in Florida. So the Florida wine is very different from other wine that's international.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I might be using some of those old beans that we have. We do
beans.
have very, very different varieties. Polish style food. It's called zeytin. Yeah. It's a lot of good ones. They have a lot of them on olive oil and stuff like that. They make really good products with it.
Well,
We
I'm
use it for
talking about
wine testing.
grapes.
Well, grapes and beans, similar thing with the fact that what we make of it. Because we can mix a lot of them. Don't ask no
Uh,
questions. Farm people, man, they got some weird ass rules. They make some
grapes and
interesting
beans are
food.
similar.
For us, it is because we make some really, well, let's just say poison looking food, man.
Okay,
But it is fun. It is fun. So.
I always think that things can get weird, and things can get weirder. Um, but you'll understand when you get older. But nowadays, it's just nonstop, no chill, no chill
No,
zone,
no chill.
no
Make it
chill.
work.
I'm the chill master. I'm
Yeah, sure. Explains why I always have panic attacks.
I chillax. I like to eat fine cheeses. Yeah, I like a fine
Fine
cheese.
cheese. Not cheese. Fine cheese, nigga.
Yeah,
What is
man.
that?
Get
Explain it.
um
What,
some
igloo?
special stuff. The good stuff,
Special stuff that
the
you
good
don't give us
cheeses.
context for.
Yeah, you gotta get some the cheeses that are of high quality, um, very well made. Uh, yeah, I'm a very European individual.
Very European.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a statement right there.
Fine wine,
Okay.
fine cheeses, fine meats. That's yeah, European.
Very questionable
Very
phrasing.
questionable. Very yeah, very bourgeois, very anti-communist. There you go.
Why do you need to specify that?
Well, I'm just saying that you wouldn't have fine cheeses in a communist society.
Why? It's very specifically weird phrase, like weirdly phrased.
Well, because if the idea of a fine cheese is a cheese that is high quality and therefore is sold for a high amount. But if you're not allowed to sell things for high amounts, then why make it high quality? You're just wasting your effort, mate. There you go. That's
I
how it
was gonna
is.
ask why you know so much about cheese, but I'm not gonna question it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. People always say we're the Nazis socialists, and it,
For someone who isn't a German Nazi, why do you keep bringing them up every chance you get?
well, no, it's because
Just
on the
want to know.
Discord
Just
I'm
want to
on,
know.
people bring him up every
Oh,
chance they
on the
get.
Discord.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. People are always talking about there was an actual communist the other day saying that
What?
the Nazis were full on capitalists when what they did is they centralized government control of economics through regulations. So even if
Yeah.
things were still privately owned, the owners didn't actually exercise anything that would theoretically be called ownership. So there you go.
To be
That's not
specific.
capitalism at that point.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's an interesting piece
yeah.
of info.
I'm an imperialist. That's right.
You're everything at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
You you have so many words and titles that I don't even know how many you still have. You know, probably gonna come back next week say, hey, I have a shit ton of new ones to add to my list because you keep adding more.
yeah.
I'm
I'm a
socialist.
I'm
I'm
a
government list. I'm Mexican. I'm tourist. Just keep adding stuff with ist on him. I don't get it.
I'm
I
an
seriously don't
imperialist.
get it.
That's right. I am in favor of territorial expansion. Now, I'm not an aggressive imperialist. Okay, I'm a just war imperialist. I say that if somebody attacks your country and you fight back, then there's nothing wrong with taking land. That's all I'm saying. Uh,
Weird ass nigga right now. It's on your
yeah,
parents.
I'm
It
just
seems
saying that if you can get land for a good reason, why not take it? There you
can't
go.
deny that. It's
Yeah,
a good statement
and
because that is how that works over here as
yeah,
well.
take the
So,
people as well. Get the
no,
people
not sexually, man.
to
I ain't
to
taking no
to be your
slaves.
people as well,
Oh,
and
then okay, but
they
only if
can
they agree to it.
be
You know.
part of your economy. They
Oh,
become your people.
oh, I
But
took that way too
but
far.
that's one of the. It's not the main reason, but this is a minor reason of why I oppose ethno nationalism, because the type of imperialism I advocate would not be possible in an ethno nationalist
At,
system.
at this point, right? At this point, half of our talks are just you ranting about what type of politics you agree and don't agree with. Because it's to keep boiling down every time we have this conversation. You keep boiling down stuff to yes or no politics. I don't know why. You have a weird obsession with it.
I like politics, man. I'm a political animal.
Good
And
for
actually, no,
you,
I'm not
man.
an animal.
I
I'm a
like.
human being,
I'm not
but
questioning your shit.
animal in the
What I'm
sense that I have
questioning
an
is why does
anima.
it always boil down to that? Every time we talk, you gotta add some political statement to this shit.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
don't know why. You keep making it weird. You know,
I keep talking, man. I'm a real man,
as opposed to what?
as
That's
opposed
my
to
question.
as
What?
opposed to not being a man. Well, let's think about it in the
Being a
Latin
woman?
sense. In Latin, the
Yeah,
the,
in
the
Latin.
word from which the English word virtue comes from is the Latin virtus, which not only applies to virtue in its later iterations, but in its earlier iterations applies to manliness, really. So I think that being virtuous is inherently manly, and being manly from at least a male perspective is inherently virtuous, in the sense that I think that men should be manly, and men should be virtuous. Chivalry should not be dead. There should be honor,
You know what's
honorable
funny about that
interaction.
statement?
Yeah,
You know what's funny about that statement? The women,
women.
okay, the women are the ones that killed the chivalry act. You know, people keep thinking that we killed our own chivalry by being assholes, but no, it was the women. They literally started the war against chivalry because they thought right that one day they should just smoke some pot, drop some acid, and start wailing on niggas and hoping nothing bad goes with it. You know what I'm saying? And then the niggas retaliated. Guess how? Please guess.
How they do
They
it?
eated the shit out of them hoes. Have you not seen more than half of those statements online? They were so hilarious when I first saw them. Have you seen the bus incident?
Oh, a recent incident that happened actually is an
Yeah.
incident where there was a climate activist woman who was going in on a private dinner to do her activism, and this man just stood up, grabbed her, and just pulled her out and kicked her out. And
Okay.
yeah, thought patrolled, man.
Yeah,
That's
Top Patrol.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
you know,
That is a true nigga. You know why?
yeah,
Because he didn't even need to say anything. He
yeah,
already know the woman was tripping, and he just straight up said,
yeah.
"Nope, not in this household," and
And he
yeeted her
didn't handle
ass
her
right outside the
sexually or
house.
anything. He was respectful to her femininity. He just said that if you go in there and you don't respect that you're not supposed to be there, you got to get out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he respectfully yeeted her ass right outside the
yeah.
house. respectful eating.
because
You know, the only ones that are
there was no
physically,
security in the building, so one of
yeah,
the people there had to do it, and he was the
you know,
one that did.
yeah, he just had to do it to him, you know. So,
And now the media in Britain is going, oh, that's a horrible thing. This is a horrible thing that this
yeah,
man did
yeah,
to
they're
kick a
starting a
woman out.
trigger just like the U.S. You know
But
what
if
I
she's
love
not
about
supposed to be
those?
there, she's not supposed to be
You
there.
know what I really love about those statements, right?
Yeah.
Is that they're always bullshit. You know, everyone always starts getting triggered, saying it's wrong, and then when you ask why, they just say it's wrong. Like they don't provide any context. It's just for them, it's morally wrong because you just should never hit a woman,
And
never in
here's the
any
weird thing.
context, even if she's a Nazi. You know, just never.
Here's the weird thing. As he was forcefully escorting her out,
Yep.
she had a big grin on her face because
Because she thought she was going to get away with it, and
no,
then
no,
she got yeeted.
she not only was going to get away with it, but she was going to get the media to get on him because
Oh yes, the
he did that.
classic "he raped me" situation. You know, every disrespectful woman's defense. If you can't win against them, just frame him for rape or something else. Usually, it doesn't even need to be rape. Just as long as you just say he's a man, the media will take your side. I don't
But
know why it's usually
yeah,
broken like that, but you know, with me, I don't give a fuck.
but yeah,
You know what's funny? Every time I talk to one of my homies, they swear to God I'm making up these charges, but I'm telling you, let a nigga try me and see what happens. They will literally not only get yeeted right outside the house, but I will millie rock all over their corpse by the next morning. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
they
yeah.
won't even get a chance to get a court hearing.
Yeah,
They will
don't
just
tread
die
on
right
me
now.
is what I say. When uh, when the illegal immigrants try to cross the border, you know
Yeah,
what I say the government should do,
yeah,
and I think this would actually save lives. The government should put soldiers on the border, and the
yeah,
soldiers, whenever someone approaches, they tell them, if you cross the border, you get shot, and then when they cross the border, they get shot, and nobody is going to cross the border in the middle of a desert in danger with wild animals only to then get shot, which is how most people die that try to cross the border. So I think that by threatening to shoot people that cross, it would save hundreds of lives.
by killing millions. Yes,
No, no,
oh
no, no.
yes.
Less people
I
would die
know. I'm just
overall.
trolling you. I'm just trolling you.
Yeah,
It's a good idea. It's a good
because
idea.
I think
It just has
yeah.
one flaw.
What's the flaw?
Is that 50% of them are going to try and get over the border anyway. You know, that's the
Yeah,
only
but
flaw.
the only people that are actually willing to do that are
Are
people that are
retards.
trying to make a political statement.
Yeah, and probably getting themselves killed on purpose.
And I say,
So
if they
there's no
want
flaw.
to die, just let them. You know,
Yeah. You know what I love
they're
about
gonna
that?
find something else to die over other
You
than
know what I
this,
love
so might
about
as
that?
well.
You know what I
Yeah,
love about that? That's such a like a real statement. Like that's the one thing I will agree on you no matter what situation. Because that's literally what the definition of these niggas are, is that they will get angry over anything. So you just let them die, you know? They are literally the definition of beyond hope.
because nobody has a right to enter into a country without the permission of that country. That's sort of like someone entering into your body without your permission. You know. Uh,
Phrasing. Phrasing.
no,
I like
that's
that better.
literally what I'm saying. That's because what you're
Oh, I
doing.
know. It's just phrasing because
Yeah,
it's rape allegations. So
it,
yeah.
it is a rape allegation. But what I'm saying is, if you try to get into a country without the permission of that country, what you're essentially saying is, I'm going to get into your country, but I'm not going to submit myself to the jurisdiction of that country. And that's an existential threat to the existence of a country. And if you become a threat to the existence of a country, I think the country should become a threat to your existence. And I
Yeah, it's
think
a
that's
free
only
right to
fair.
kill you.
It's only fair.
Literal license to yeet you out of
License to
existence.
kill.
Yep.
Yeah, I say it. I know it's controversial. I know people are going to say
It's more
that
like
I'm in
factual at this point.
that.
Because, like, here's the thing. This
Yeah,
is the same situation that, like, this is the same way I feel when we start talking about feminists and fucking right wing movements and stuff like that. They are so prone to literally kill their own damn selves that I just say, let them, you know? This is one of the reasons, right? why whenever someone brings up a situation like this, I always tell them no comment. Because for me, there is nothing to add. If they are so willing to just disrespect everyone and assume they can do whatever, then you just let them get killed, you know? Because there's no other way for them to learn. You know, they're like dumbass kids. Just let them get killed.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
the thing is, people will say, "What if they bring their children?" And I say, if you
kill the
bring
kids too, nigga. Fuck that noise.
what
If
what
they
I
are
say is,
literally what?
if you bring your children, you're not qualified to be a parent if you intentionally bring your children in a situation where your children might die.
Hey,
That
look,
yeah, so
I'll add one
yeah,
extra statement. Okay, the only time you're allowed to bring your children to the border are for two reasons. Okay, number
yeah.
one, you believe that they will have a better life over there than in here, and just tell the policeman or the fucking military at the border, just tell them, hey, take my kids. You know, it's like a more of an adult version of what is it called? The thing where you give away your kids. I forgot what it was called. Fuck, I forgot the name.
I don't think that's good though, because if you do
Yeah.
that, then how many people will do that? It's a potential for abuse in the system. So I don't think that that's what they should do.
I mean, if they truly believe they'll have a better life, then as far as I'm concerned, it's either that or let them die. You know, so I don't know. You tell me, man.
Well, what the parents should do is they should work to earn a better life.
What if they can't? Just like with people here, you know?
What if they can't?
Because I've seen it. Sometimes that shit really happens where someone will literally give away their kids because they can't help afford them a better life, you know?
Well,
It
yeah,
happens.
I'm not saying that people shouldn't be allowed to give off their children for adoption. I'm just saying that people shouldn't be allowed to uh, give their children to the border guards, because
I'm not
that's a
saying,
potential for abuse there.
yeah, true, but I'm not saying give them to the border guys. I'm just saying send them to that side, you know, because they can't go with them as well because of my idea I'll just get shot. So I'm like, hey, I'll just entrust you to give them to a charity or give them to an orphanage because it's
Yeah,
either that
that's
or
what
I'll
would
shoot you
happen.
myself.
That's what
What?
would happen. But I yeah, but anyway, I what I'm
Anyway,
not saying, just to make sure everybody knows I'm not a homicidal maniac. What I'm not saying
you know what's
is
funny?
that vigilantes should kill
I
people
really
crossing a
love that you
border.
have to specifically like phrase that.
Yeah,
You know, like I need to make sure no one thinks I'm a serial killer. Like, do you have people doubting you that much that
there
you need
there are
to
people
ask
that
that?
will take my words. They don't think I'm actually in favor of killing thousands of people, but they're going to characterize me as being that way because
You
they
know
can
what I
twist
love
my
about
words
that
to that.
statement? You know what I love about it
Yeah.
is that I swear to God, I wish someone would do that to me. Take me
Why?
in context. Because it's the same with that retard thing. Let a nigga try me, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing with that. Whenever someone tries to do that, and someone like you, right, tries to say, hey, totally my opinion, don't take it that way, I always gotta ask, who is dumb enough to take it that way? Because there is no way they have a right
The
reason
general
for it. You
public.
know?
A lot of
But
people,
we have
they
both
read
agreed that the
something
general
and they
public is
believe it.
tripping. I mean, let's be real. Most of them are crack addicts. Let's be honest with ourselves, okay?
Yeah.
Most of them are fucked up. So it's like, besides those cocaine addicted addicts, who
Yeah.
else? You know what I'm saying? Because for me, there's a minimum requirement for logic. You know, there's a difference, okay,
What I'm
between
saying is only the government is
yeah,
qualified to protect its borders. I don't want people going to the border and killing people. I
yeah,
think
because it's just a homicide.
that's anarchy, and I don't want that. I want the government to go there and enforce its borders. Just like in Morocco, in the Western Sahara, there's a
Oh yeah,
huge
that.
yeah, there's a
Yeah,
wall, and it
yeah.
works.
You know why?
Yeah,
Because people be fucking up and not understanding that these hyenas will rip your dick off, bruh. People
no,
keep trying to
it's with
force.
the militants that want to take the land, but
Yeah, well, that and people keep trying to force. Let's be real. Some tourists be fucking up when they go to the Sahara Desert. They don't know how much the fucking desert will kick your ass. Trust me, you have no idea how many tourists, okay, I've seen go to South Africa and other places like it to look at the lions and shit and try to fight them. It is so funny, and I'll probably send you a video. Hold on, give me a sec. I got a video for you, bro.
I'm not your bruh.
What?
I am not your brassiere.
What? Brazier? What? What even is that?
It's a bra. You know, for women's breasts. Well, I guess if you have gynecomastia, it can be men as well. But yeah,
What? Wait, what the? Wait. Now I need better context. What is this gynecomastia? What is that? It's
that
so
that's
interesting.
uh
Now I have context information.
that's
What is
when
that?
a man
Yeah.
has a bigger um,
What?
chest than normal.
So what does that mean? I don't get it. Like,
Sometimes some men have a
yeah.
bigger chest than normal, and they have to wear a bra for it.
Oh, that's so weird. It's so fucking weird.
It is weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not because of the fact that they have to wear a bra. It's like, why is that an issue? Like, it's so weird because it's like for me, it's a normal thing. If you got some nuts hanging out, you gotta cover them up. You know what I'm saying? All
no,
right.
no, no, no. It's not the nuts. It's the chest.
Yeah. Like for a different reason. It
Yeah,
was
but
supposed to be a reference, but you don't get it.
yeah, I mean they don't have to. Nobody's requiring them to, but sometimes it's advantageous. Yeah, it's just how it is sometimes. Some people they have weird hormones, or maybe they have some genetic stuff, or maybe there's something else going on, and for that reason they're a bit bigger in the chest than they normally would be. There you go. It's life, man. It's not me though.
Yeah.
Um, I'm happy I don't have that, because that would be weird if I had that, because I'm also very hairy, so I don't think it would look good at
Oh,
all.
what? What the
I,
fuck?
I'm a very
What?
hairy man, is what I'm saying. I have a lot of body hair. I'm a not
Okay.
a chimpanzee though, but I have a lot of body hair.
That's a weird thing to like weird flex, but
Weird
okay.
flex, but okay. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I have a lot of hair. I'm a
Hair boy.
real man.
Why does that make you? That makes you more of a woman. Okay.
But no, women don't have as much hair as men
Yes.
have on their bodies.
Okay. Yeah, but like
Like
at the same time, it's still gay.
it's not
So,
common for women to have some really
what?
bushy hair on their chest and back
Not
and
to
things like
you,
that.
but
I mean,
actually, I
they
shouldn't
do
say
have
that
it, but
statement.
not as much.
Okay. You know what? Just here you go. Okay. Just here you go.
Here,
By the way,
here,
which
here we
food
go.
do you prefer? Just saying.
Which what?
Which food do you prefer, my nigga? Come on.
Out of the images you sent me, you're asking.
Yeah, because I like me some Pokemon. I like me
Okay,
some
so
food.
Pokemon and some food there.
Yes.
Let me see.
Pokemon.
I like
Pokefood.
I like a little fruit tart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Pretty good
Yeah,
choice.
yeah. It's a good
For
Lion
me,
Attack Human best compilation.
yeah, because sometimes humans just gotta try them lines, bro.
And this is on YouTube. I don't know why
What?
Logan Paul's Suicide Forest video got taken down. If you're willing to put this on YouTube, um,
Look, it's the
Mick,
difference is that
yeah,
nigga went and literally tried a nigga. Okay? Look, the reason it got taken down was for two reasons.
two reasons.
Number one, it was a live stream, so it's not like he could accidentally. No, he literally insinuated there's a dead body and then went to look for it. So it's like literally telling YouTube to go fuck itself. I'm looking at this and I'm posting it. And
Yeah, yeah.
two,
I
because it's a
actually
live
saw
stream,
the uncensored version of that with
yeah,
the
and
dead
because
body.
it's a
Yeah.
live stream, anyone can report your ass midway through it. So they just reported his ass, and now everyone has to have 10,000 subscribers to get monetized.
Thanks, uh, uh,
What?
corporate sponsors for, just
To tell you my favorite over from the Poke Foods, I have five of them. Okay, I
here's what
like
I
me
say.
some Squirtle
The big
milkshake.
companies,
Okay,
we need companies that say, I don't care what video my advertisements are put on, screw the optics, I'm going in. That's what companies need to do.
yeah,
You
just
know,
just going buck naked. It
people on
helps.
Twitter that complain, oh, look, your ad was on something very, very inappropriate. People just say, well, it's not my fault. And you know what? No, I don't care.
Is
Once
it?
once I've paid the money to YouTube to put their ads up on videos, none of my business. That's what people should say. That's what the advertising
Yeah,
companies should say. But no, they don't. They are all concerned. Oh no, my ad went on a
okay, you're
weird
ranting.
video.
Let's watch these lines.
Yeah,
I'm
I
watching these line videos
yeah.
because we're gonna try them. Yep, she's gonna get raped straight. That line straight going for the booty cheeks, bro. What I love about these is that half of them are Indian and half of them are Moroccan or Arabic, I guess.
Yeah.
It's so funny. What I love about these is that the lion don't give no fucks. He will try anyone. Respectable decision.
Respectable, you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just try anyone. Anybody can get it, you know?
Anyone can get it. Get it good. Get it bad. Get it left. Get it right.
Yep.
Left, right. Left,
You
right.
know, I would definitely ride a lion into battle. Holy fuck, this is right next to my house.
Do
Wait,
do
what the fuck?
lions?
This
I don't think
actually is in Mexico. Wait, not Mexico. Marrakesh. What the fuck? Oh my god. These niggas be trying too much. I'm watching this video, but it's
I'm thinking lions. The shape of a lion's back, would that allow you to
yeah.
put a saddle on it? Would a
Yeah, if
lion's
you got
back
back,
carry a saddle well?
this nigga is trying.
Can lions carry people on their backs
Yes,
easily?
yes. They're domesticated cats. Come
They're
on.
very rideable, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you can ride that dick at any time.
No,
You know?
not the penis. I'm talking about the back.
That's funny. What?
The back
Well,
of a lion,
oh yeah,
because
you can ride
I
that.
know
You can ride it any time. You can get it.
zebras you can't ride them because their backs are the wrong shape or something. It's
Not if you're trying to ride it from the front, but you can always get it from the back.
because
Uh, uh
they can't carry the weight right on the back if you put
yeah,
a person on it.
they got what is it called? Fuck, I forgot the name. They got them Yeezy legs, you know, the ones that always be shaking, you know, the ones that will try to do the million bomb.
Yeah, I never seen Yeezys, so I don't know.
This nigga is trying to focus. And the lion gives no fucks.
The lion,
He's
yeah.
just
You like lions?
like, how wide the lion that
I like to you know, eating lion would be actually it would probably not be very good.
damn,
Um,
this lion's be fucking up.
but in the
Yeah,
olden
yeah,
days,
this bitch can't get it. She was trying to
Lionheart
show
was
me.
considered
Wow,
very
watch this video, man.
uh, folk medicine, man.
This dumb bitch, this blonde bimbo looking ass homegirl, she tried to cut its dick off, and then she got surprised when the tiger was not having it. Yeah, no, you're gonna get fucked, literally, because it's from behind. The thing's grabbing her from behind. Yep. She can't get it.
Get it, get it, girl.
Yeah,
Don't get it.
she got shoulder. Yep.
You got
What I love
wrecked,
is that they
mate.
fucking
Yeah,
bitch
that's
slap
right. Get
the
wrecked.
lion. You know,
420, no
only
scope.
in Morocco but they try to bitch slap the lion. I don't know why they think they can, and it's so funny.
Oh baby, a triple. Oh yeah.
What are you playing?
CS:GO. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Uh,
What the hell is that?
Call of Duty.
Why do you have zero images on the live stream? No wonder no one is watching. It's so boring.
I like.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for this? I like a video game. Okay, you
Yeah.
know, it's a really good video game. It's
Really video game. Okay.
uh, Crusader Kings 2. Great game. Great fun for the whole family. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can bet. I can bet.
Or as some people like to call it,
I'll send you this. It's very.
questionable quote simulator.
This is what happens, and this is what you do to me whenever we play Infinity games. This is
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah. Well, people always say in Crusader Kings 2, how can I have a sexual relation with my own child is what people say when they play Crusader Kings 2.
What? Wait. What? What? There's incest?
Yes, there is incest. You don't have to
Okay.
incest, but you
You
can
know,
incest.
this is what I feel like every time we play Infinity Wars, bro. You always do this to me. You know, just make that face, and then tell me at least you tried,
Yeah,
knowing that I didn't do shit.
but
You know, and
it's because the game. Uh,
it's rigged.
no, it's a very weird thing because with Crusader Kings 2, it a lot of things people say while playing a game are way out of context anywhere else. Um,
Yeah.
so
Like,
yeah.
wait, in-game dialogue or
No, no, no.
online?
People online talking about the game, they might say something that just is super weird. Uh,
Yep. I'm just, sending you memes, bro.
okay, yeah. Let me see if I can find some Crusader Kings 2 quotes.
Oh, quotes.
Quotes.
Okay.
I want to hear some quotes, man. I want to see it.
Yeah.
See some real stuff. So
Go
CK2 quotes.
lazy ass.
Wow.
I will send you this card every time we start talking.
Okay. Your best slash worst CK2 quotes. Or favorite CK2 player quote. Let's see. Let's take a look at these. I like to see some weird quotes. This is gonna make you think that people playing this game are really weird. And you know what? They probably are really weird.
Well, either put it on screen or share your screen because I
Okay, no,
can't
no,
see shit.
I'm getting it up. I'm getting it up. It's coming up. Uh, it, okay, so let's see.
I really love this card that I just sent you. I relate to it so much. You know, it is the definition of our relationship. Just you should read it. You should read it.
I will not read profanity.
It's not perfect. Why do you question me?
What's your
Okay,
profanity?
it's not profanity,
What's your,
and it's
this
not
is
farts.
this is a Christian server. No.
Yeah, according to you, it was never a Christian server, at least where I come from. There's no such thing.
Okay, so okay, let me go full screen on here. That'll
Yep,
be
apparently. It's 3 hours later because I still
function
can't see
11,
shit.
and let's find OBS again. Gotta click switch through my tabs. There we go. And window capture, not old school RuneScape. Not that one.
How do you even have that? Still have it? You just been playing it for 30 years and
Man,
you still have it.
I bought
Yeah?
let me see if I remember 10,000 feathers because I want to get to fishing level 99.
Why? Do you still want to get max level and everything? This is the definition of a crack addict, bro.
Okay, so
You
well,
want me to get you? You want me to give you a good game to
there we
play?
go.
All right.
Here we go. Here's the screen. All right. So let's take a look at this. Hi,
Okay.
I would like to collect some of the best quotes from the CK2 forum. Best is questions that is fully legit for CK2 but would get you banned or imprisoned everywhere else. Obvious examples. So here's some quotes. How do I kill my wife?
You take a butcher's knife and slit
Yeah.
her throat at night.
Here's another question. Should I blind my firstborn son?
Depends. What is he gonna look at? Your dick?
Oh wow, it's some spicy responses. How do I best breed the perfect heir?
I mean, it depends. Do you got some of those containment units? Now that they have on Mars, get those and get only the best air around. They
Okay.
work. They really do.
Yeah, here's another one. How to kill the Pope without getting discovered?
Oh, you replace him with who the fuck was his name? You replace him with Woodhouse, and then you kill him.
Yeah. Okay.
Archer reference.
The plot that me and 10 other adults made was successful, and that 5 years old brat has been thrown from the balcony.
What? What is this? A fucking Game of Thrones reference? I don't get it.
No, no, okay. So what he's saying is that his character and 10 other adult characters plotted to murder a 5-year-old child, and they threw him off a balcony, and he died.
Who were they fighting? Thanos? Like, it doesn't take 11 guys to kill one 5-year-old. I'll
Well,
do it
yeah,
right
but
now.
it takes 11 guys to do it secretly. It's a
Why? Is it an
conspiracy.
assassination mission on the
Well,
Pope's
no,
kid? What
it's
the?
because he probably held a title or was in line for a title that they didn't want somebody else to get, so they killed them. Yeah.
Sounds very
Okay.
specific and
How can
very
I
short.
seduce my sister, daughter, mother, horse? Any combination of these tends to crop up
Okay.
every now and then.
All
Yeah.
right, listen, listen. I
Yeah.
have the perfect answer for this, okay?
Yeah.
Go to Morocco. You ask for something called المشروب الذي فيه الحب للحصان. Okay? You get that potion, all right? Now you get back to the house.
Yeah.
You pour it in some weed, okay? That the horse will eat. You let him eat that. And then, and only then, you go to your house, okay?
Yeah.
You go to the kitchen, all right? You get to make some tea using the, I think the best tea we have for this shit is actually known as, fuck, I forgot the name. Okay, you get a certain tea that I forgot the name of. Well, let's just say I remember. You pour that in there, okay? You add a little bit of السل, الخل, حجد الماء, والسكر. And then, and only then, right? After you make that bomb-ass tea, you go to your wife.
Yeah.
You tell her you want to get down, and then she will never say no.
Okay.
If you have that comment, it works. Okay, it just works.
Yeah.
I will literally send you. Well, not it's not hentai.
Yeah,
I
but
will
well,
send
I'm
you
not
these
interested
pictures,
in
you know?
seducing my close relatives, so
Come on, no inbreeding, it works.
no, no. But speaking about
Especially with
inbreeding,
horse.
another one suggested, let's weaken the ERE by making their dynasty horribly inbred with a branch of mine.
Why does that sound like the best plan to ruin a country ever? I've never heard a better plan. If you can succeed in that, then you are literally the
Yeah.
boss.
And here's another one. Welp, my vassals just devoured Persia. So
What?
so what happened is this guy had vassals, and they just decided to invade Persia without his permission, and they just conquered all of it.
Well, at least your homies are being consistent, you know?
Yeah.
They
Oh,
get
here,
all the work done without even you ordering
yeah.
shit.
Here's one. I use my 70-year-old daughter to entrap and execute rich old
Wait,
men repeatedly.
wait. What the fuck? Wait, 17 or 70?
17.
Okay, then that's not
Yeah.
as bad.
I
I thought it was
used my
70. I was like,
daughter to
damn, man.
entrap 6 old men, collecting over 6K. She is just 17, and she's been a widow 5 times.
Hey, wait, can you actually do this in the game?
Yes, you can.
Give me the fucking link. I
Uh,
will have so much inbreeding in my storyline. You just wait.
you can have it on Steam. It's yeah.
Nah, I mean like for free, my nigga. You know?
I'm not gonna give you any links to that.
Why? Is the game not free or something?
It's not free. No.
Damn it. Well,
Oh,
now I'm
here's
sad.
one. My heir is Jewish. Is it worth it to expel the Jews for gold repeatedly?
I mean, it depends. What are you using the gold
Because
for? You
in
know
the
what I'm
game,
saying?
what you can do is you can kick all the Jews out of your country and take all their money.
I mean, what's the profit?
You make a lot of money.
Wait, hold up. Give me 1 sec. Like, besides the money.
That's the point. Is no, what people will do is they will borrow money from the Jews, okay, to get a lot of money, and then they will kick the Jews out of their country to get even more money, and then they don't have to pay back on the loan of the money they borrowed
So it's
because they kicked them out.
so it's pretty much a successful plan, 100%.
Well, the Pope doesn't like it if someone does it though. The Pope doesn't like
Well,
it.
you can just kill the Pope secretly and
Yeah.
replace him with someone who does,
Oh,
and no context.
and someone's responding, this cheat can be used to impregnate a widow with her dead husband.
How? How do you find these things? Nigga, you have some real deep issues if you're gonna spend time coding that in the game. Like really, you're gonna spend that time doing some actual productive shit, like seeing how you can smash all your siblings. But no, just something else.
Yeah,
God damn it.
that's some
Yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff there.
What? What?
No, it's part five spoilers. Um,
Tell me. What?
okay,
Huh?
so there's a woman in part five of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that
Yeah.
was pregnant for I think 2 years before giving birth,
Yeah.
and the father of her child had already been dead by that point. So it was very weird and it didn't make sense. But there you go.
But it's JoJo, so it makes total
Yeah.
sense.
Here's one. Is there a way to marry the horse I've exchanged my former chancellor for?
Yes. Okay.
Because
In
what happens in the game is if you're crazy, you can declare a horse to be your chancellor, uh, and this
Wait, what do you
person
mean if
then
you're
wants to
crazy?
marry
You
the
have to
horse.
give yourself that stat to work? Like, you can't just own it? I don't get it. It's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Weird way of doing things, but okay.
okay. And here's one. Oh, hey, I forgot about you. 60 years in the dungeon, huh? So, what this character did is he imprisoned someone and then had left them in prison for 60 years.
Yeah, and
Yeah. But because he forgot that he was in prison. Um,
so he just
yeah.
realized it.
Oh, here's another one. Ransom them for gold, concubine them if their genes are good and or prestige and or good looking.
So that's just natural selection.
So
What's
if
the
you
joke?
imprison a woman, you can either ransom her for money, or you can force her to be your concubine, which means it sort of is kind of like rape. Um,
I know what a concubine is, but what I found it funny, they were like, it's sort of kind of like rape. Like it's not rape,
well,
but it's
there's no.
not rape. So
It,
it's such a stupid way of phrasing it.
well,
Oh my
the game
god.
isn't really very clear on consent or not. So
I really seriously I can't tell if that makes it better or worse.
okay, but here someone responded to, "Is there a way to marry the horse I've exchanged my former chancellor for?" Someone responded, "The best part isn't the question; it's that the answer is yes. You can actually marry the horse, and I think
Yes.
you can actually have children with it too." Um,
Oh wait, what type?
I'm not entirely sure. That's never happened to me in the game, but
Damn it, man! You got to get
yeah.
on that
Oh, here's one. Sometimes the screams of the children I execute sound like a lullaby.
in your dreams.
No, no, because when you execute a very young child in the game, it makes a baby noise as it dies.
Yeah,
It
when
makes a baby screaming. And if
yeah.
you let's say have a lot of babies and you kill all of them, it you know you hear them all and it's there you go.
Okay,
Yeah. Children are the best targets to assassinate is another one. Yeah.
really? In what way?
Well, because since they're young, they don't really have a lot of people that would
What?
be as supportive of them, I suppose.
That's dark.
Yeah, it is dark. It's very dark, but sometimes you gotta assassinate in the game. Sometimes it's the best option. You know, you don't have to, but sometimes it's good to. Uh, here's one. I'm not sure if I should give my dead uncle's skull away to convert that Norseman. So he's got the skull of his dead uncle, and he could give it to someone. And if you give someone a gift like that, you gain
My question is,
their
why would you
appreciation.
need it? Like, what would you need that for?
Um, I'm not
So
answering
much
that
context.
question.
Hey,
Uh,
what you mean you're not? That means you know shit.
uh,
Tell me.
raiding your neighbor's lands is a part of a balanced economy.
Wow, that's actually accurate to real war, like real world economy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's accurate. Accurate statement.
Sometimes being the son of Satan really helps when Jesus gives you advice on how to Deus Vult.
What? How to what?
How to Deus Vult, go on crusade.
What? I okay. I need this game right now. I need context for this shit. Is it online?
Uh, you can find these quotes on the internet. There's
No,
people
no,
that
no. Is the game online?
it can be multiplayer, yes.
Great. So it can be single player.
Yeah, it's most people play single player, but you can play
All right,
multiplayer
great.
as
So
well.
I have. Okay, so send me a link. I have a way to get the game.
Uh, the name of the game is Crusader Kings 2.
No, send. Nigga, I will literally dip. Send me the goddamn links. I can't just look up Crusaders of the Lost Mark or some shit. Give me the link, my nigga. We need the best links, okay? You've never held back on giving me links, especially when it was hentai. So why now? Why stop now?
There you
You
go.
know?
That's the name of the
Now,
game.
now that we are secretly not sus. By the way, check out that meme I sent you. The one that we relate to so much. Do you want me to read it for you?
Sure.
This is what you make me feel every time we talk. See, the card's name is Fuck's Wrong With You, okay?
Yeah.
It's a trap card, and basically it says, play this card when the nigga says some messed up shit that makes you question his moral integrity and yours. If this card gets played on you, you gotta go to church this Sunday. So yeah, are you going to church tomorrow?
Yeah. I am.
Okay, good, because I just played the card on you. You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Lucky for me, a church isn't on Sunday, so even if you played it on me, I won't go.
How many times to have to pillage Lombard land to get that nice crown? Uh,
What is this fucking Game of Thrones?
Castration is the best way to control your dynasty.
What? That's actually accurate.
Yeah.
It's an accurate statement. I will respect that decision.
It's
Doesn't mean it's a good one,
easier
but like,
to murder an emperor than to kill a count because more people desire the emperor dead.
also accurate. All right, hold up. Let me check this trailer out.
Yeah.
What the fuck type of trailer is this?
What?
Nothing. The narrator is just speaking some real shit. What the fuck? You sons of bitches.
What?
I hate all of you.
What happened?
I'm just hearing this very intense and depressing story about a king who lost all his money and his soldiers are tired and hungry and he can't expand his land and he can't pay them and then just hear the words and the Muslim invasion is wrecking your shit. What the fuck? I mean, they're not wrong, but why though? Why that invasion? It couldn't just be Jews, God damn it.
Well, I mean, it it can be the Norse invasion. I mean, there's different invasions you can have. You can go on a
I'm gonna
jihad, man.
go. I'll. You just wait. If I can have it online, I will literally invade every one of your nations and all Islamic nations.
Yeah,
I'll make.
I've got the DLC that allows me to play Islamic nations.
Don't do that. Okay, do not play it in my presence. You will disrespect it, and I'll cry. Okay, so don't.
Why?
Either that or I'll hate you. It's one
I
or
mean,
the
no, no,
other.
no.
So no.
The way it works is that if one person has
What?
all the DLC in the multiplayer game, the other player can play using the DLC.
Who knows? Let me just finish this racist trailer.
Yeah. Uh, Here's one. I've accidentally conquered Greece.
Why does your character believe he's possessed by the devil? It's a weird ass storyline. Okay.
So what kind of trailer is this?
It's just called Crusader Kings 2 launch trailer.
Oh, my king just got pregnant. Oh, here's one. I thought all was lost when my son turned celibate, but then I remembered I'm banging his wife.
What? Wait, what? What the fuck are you reading?
Oh no, these CK2 quotes.
No, I know. Like, what was the quote? I was too busy watching the whole Muslim invasion.
I thought all was lost when my son turned celibate, but then I remembered I'm banging his wife.
Wait, what do you mean turned celibate? What does that
It
mean?
means that he is not uh, having sex. So he what?
Oh my God.
Because what happens
See,
if yeah?
I was just processing that, right? I was like, there's a problem. My kid is not smashing. I was like, oh, don't worry, it's all good. I'm smashing for him. And now I just got what he meant. I'm dying of laughter.
Because what happens is when you have a child with someone you're not
Uh,
married to, uh,
you
there's
know?
a chance that it will be discovered that the person is your child, or that
What?
it or that the actual person that she's married to will think that it's his child instead.
Well, at least that's one way to get out of child support. So good on you.
But uh, if you really think about it, it doesn't work because if he's not banging her, then how in the world would he think that it could possibly be his child? But anyway, that's
Because there's no DNA tests,
no
and
DNA
he
test.
could assume that she was pregnant for 2 years,
Yeah,
for the first time they smashed, and who knows? Who knows?
yeah,
Anybody can get it. Maybe he thinks the horse, did it. The third love triangle between them and the horse,
yeah.
you know,
Or the
and then add the lollies into it, and it's a
yeah,
complete circle.
or the polar bear.
What? There's polar bears in this game?
Yeah, it's
What
very
is it
rare,
in this
but
game?
you can get a polar bear
What, to smash your wife?
if you want to. Yeah,
I love how I love how we ask that. It's like, yeah, you can. There,
I
there's
mean,
no
yeah, it's
there's no restrictions on this universe. Okay, you can literally Deadpool anything.
there's a mod for the game that turns it into Game of Thrones.
Isn't it already Game of Thrones? I thought this was a
No,
Game of
no,
Thrones
this is
sequel.
medieval Europe, Middle East,
You
India,
know
North
what I like?
Africa.
You know what I like
Yeah,
is that there's a game, but not a movie based off this. That would be so much fun. I
yeah.
would like a manga or an anime based off this situation where you can just smash your horse. It would be so funny. It
Yeah.
would be the perfect
In
video
this
game.
game, you can be Morocco.
Why are you saying that like it's a good thing?
What, you don't want to be Morocco?
No, you saying it right
Yeah.
like it's a new thing. It should be the bare minimum. If you can't be every country, then why have countries?
Well, you can't be you can't. Well, actually, now that I think about it, you can't be
Uh,
Japan. There you go. You
what?
can't be Japan
Why not?
because it's not on the map. Uh,
Since when was Japan not on the map?
because the game has a map, okay, and
Yeah,
it's mostly Europe, the Middle East, India, North Africa, but Japan's not on the map. So,
and they fucking up.
but you
Okay, they
can be,
fucking
okay. You can come to rule the Aztecs.
again. Why are you saying that like it's a good thing?
What, you don't like the Aztecs?
You know what? I have no comment. I'm just gonna leave and come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you with your horse raping. Okay,
You can do human sacrifice
why? Like that literally yields no good results. Why though?
because if it's the religion of your character, then
What?
yeah, you can do it, man. Do it.
Yeah,
Just do it,
just do
man.
it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Do it live.
Do it like it's Benin.
What? Wait, what? Do it like it's in an inn. What?
Benin.
What?
Benin. The kingdom of Benin.
What? I've never even heard of that kingdom. And why is it based off of banana?
No. It's today where Nigeria is. Part of it was once
Yeah,
the kingdom of Benin, and they did a
yeah,
lot
the
of
kingdom of
human
bananas. And
sacrifice. Human
that's
sacrifice.
a fun name. The kingdom of bananas. I'll remember that.
Yeah. Well, you should learn history of places. I know a lot more about Africa than you do. Um,
I bet you do,
yeah.
because only you will go out of his way to learn what where every country is and what it does in its spare time, and which one allows hentai, which one doesn't, which one has incest, which the age of consent in Japan, which is 13, which I'm pretty sure you were excited about.
I'm not
And
excited
yeah,
about that. No, but
I forgot. You're into horses. Yes, yes, you're
no.
into that furry shit. Remember our first couple of podcasts? We talked about
We're talking
skinning them
about.
alive, raping them, and then just leaving them for
Well,
dead.
it
Good
wasn't
times,
raping
good
them. It's
times.
just skinning them. But I mean,
It
if
doesn't make it any better.
I'm with the pilgrims on this one. The pilgrims. There's a few things that is death
Yeah.
penalty.
What?
Doing it with a horse is death penalty. Yeah,
What? What's penalty? What?
death
No, no. Like, for what?
for bestiality.
That's that's disappointing. Damn it.
No,
Like,
I'm not
what's the
saying that that
point?
should be the punishment. I'm just saying that I think it's something that I don't approve of. But
Okay.
yeah,
You go. Do you?
yeah,
As for me, I'm gonna go and come back in like 3 minutes.
Good
Uh,
job with the goats.
yeah, we have a special relationship,
Yep,
with the goats.
yeah,
We milk them, we caress them, we
yeah.
none of us
Well,
rape
I,
them.
I think this is a good time to stop since I also have other things to do today.
Oh yes,
And we've
like
gone for over 2 hours. So
okay, good
on
enough, yeah.
that good note, give your outro real quick.
You already know my outro. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, we'll just see you guys next week. With more goat rape.
Yeah, thank you all for watching, and please give us amazing ideas on things to talk about in the comment section below.
If they
And
ever reply.
also, if you want to come on the show, we would be happy to have you.
Yeah,
Um,
just bring condoms.
just
If we're gonna come on the show, bring condoms.
no, this is you don't need that here. So thank
Always wear protection. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah. So thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time on Anavultus. Over and